Here at Ask an Enemy, we do take full advantage of our freedom of speech, and from time to time we may say things that offend certain people. No one is forcing you to download and or listen to this podcast. So if you're easily offended, go back to watching your Kirk Cameron movies, you fucking pussy.
Hit it! Oh shit, let's start up real soon, like. What do you say, y'all? You guys there?
I'm already.
I'm in.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ask an Enemy Interviews podcast, episode 8. Jared, you were actually episode 7, man. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, fucking
Wow,
A, dude. Yeah.
You taking a break?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was a long
Like-
fucking time ago.
Fucking 4 years ago or something.
Yeah. So, yeah, General Reader Woot, Adam Daniel Armstrong says, yo, what's up, David? David. All right, folks. Yeah, so this is Ask an Enemy Interviews episode 8. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Obviously, I've done the whole game development thing for a while, but a lot of my buds, these dudes included, have been working on some stuff lately, and I kind of wanted to talk about that stuff because I always like having conversation with you guys about this stuff, but also I wish we were all together. You know what I mean? Like I like the one we did last time, Jared. It was like we were just right in front of each other, just talking. It's a lot easier. Like, yeah, you get shit like that, like dogs barking in the background. Just fuck with you. So yeah, I'm gonna introduce you guys real quick. Obviously, I am JC Salinas, the creative director of Ask an Enemy Studios and creative protector of Howard Rourke. To my left, Jacob from Us. I could have actually added your guys' label for what you guys do in the band, but I don't know if you wanted that.
I'm trying to look at you, but I don't know.
That doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, let me change this real quick. It's just the tagline up top so we can know what's going on. I got your links up top, so if you guys want to hear about what the bands are doing. Then I got my buddy Rudy Marquez. I'm going to say it like I'll tell you that story later. But anyway, from the Recovery Mission, and of course my boy Jared from the March Divide. How you fellas doing?
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome. Yeah, so let's talk about what you guys have been up to, man. Jacob, let's start with you just because I know you probably were the one who dropped the record the most recently, which was like last week pretty much, right?
Yesterday or the day before yesterday?
Yeah. Do you want to give a bit of a backstory and like the bands you've been in and stuff like that, or do you want to just talk about this particular album right now?
Well, I mean,
It's
I
up
think
to you,
it'll be
man.
fun since you're included in one of those, right?
Yeah. Fucking A, dude.
Well, we started together pretty much in high school in Radium,
Fucking A.
and
I
then
remember Radium.
Well,
and I did Antigone, and then pretty much that and Us now. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had the Pine. There's a lot of other things in Ferma, like a lot of other little things too. But so after Antigone, me, Adam, and Jeremy, who actually started Antigone, got back together and formed Us.
awesome. Was there any reason like why that particular group got back together? Because one of the
No, I mean-
pictures that you sent that you put in the Google Drive was like it was definitely you guys, but a long time ago. You know what I mean?
No, that
And
was
it's-
Us and Antigone, yeah. So
Yeah,
I thought,
yeah.
that's the only picture I have of us like as a group. So,
right on.
but yeah, it was just taken last week, bro. Talking about.
Right?
I
Yeah,
definitely
dude.
have
Yeah,
my cheeks, dude.
it's the Rona, man. It's messing with you. The Rona.
One
All
of
right,
the
yeah.
symptoms is
Let's
swollen cheeks.
let's take it clockwise. Jared, what have you been up to, my man?
I mean, like everybody else, fucking nothing. But I've been recording a lot, and just waiting to start my fucking life again. So that's about it.
Yeah, your life is on the road, man, which is something I've always
Yeah.
fucking respected and admired about you because it's
Yeah, man, this shit is ruining my life. Financially anyway. So
right. Well, straight up, right? Because like
Yeah.
you actually do depend on. What are you drinking? Are you drinking a La Colombe or is that a beer?
it's a beer.
Oh, okay.
It is
I thought it was like
It's a mineral water, dude. I'm a
coffee
health nut.
drinks, man. No, dude, fucking espresso, man, non-stop, dude. I'm gonna wait for
Are
the
you
right
gonna mix
moment
it?
to pop it open.
You gonna mix it with some lemonade or what?
Yeah, espresso lemonade for sure. Yeah, man. So, but you've been like nonstop touring. Like you release an album once like every week or something. It's insane.
Usually every other year, but I do a lot of in between. But I've been doing kind of just the way the format's changed. I'm doing a lot of singles and like little 3-4 song releases lately. I've kind of gotten just for like the people that listen online, streaming is sort of taken over everything.
Right.
And so if you anyway, sorry, I digress. But that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been up to.
Cool.
Doing that.
Rudy, your turn, my man. What you been
Yo.
up to?
You know what? I'll be the odd man out and say that I've been working a shitload. Feel kind of guilty about it. You know, I know a lot of people are having a rough time right now, but I've been working like an animal.
But working like day job
so-
working, right? Not like music. Well,
Day
music working
job
also,
working.
but yeah.
Yeah, but more work, like real work, what pays, you know, at least for me. I mean,
Right,
Jared's a different story because he's a badass, but yeah, so I took a week off this week, and it's just, that's what I've been working around the house since I'm not at work working.
Right on. Yeah. Well, I mean, because that's the thing, dude, is that's what, like, with Jared in particular, like, he's kind of like me, right? Like, he's like a one-man band type thing. Although, like, Jared actually has the ability to play acoustically. Like, I don't think my music isn't written in that sense to where I could do that. I have to take all my stupid bullshit with me. But, like, Jared can pull off some, like, really simple pop songs on an acoustic and, like, just, you know, capture the crowd and stuff like that. Like, your music is really set for that, dude. Which is why I think it's really cool that, like, Jared and I are more maybe, like, on the poppy kind of rock type thing, where, like, you and Jacob are definitely more into, like, the heavy type stuff, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
To
yeah,
some
I like
extent,
that.
I like everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put some of the jams up here in the background.
it's fun to play both.
Right. Yeah, well, so the thing is, Jacob, with the new record, like, what made you guys go through what was the recording process like? Because I think you guys actually recorded with Ross, right?
Yeah. Well, like, as far as what, we just went in there and did it in
Yeah.
3 days, and it was actually right when Corona started. Like, that's when shit hit the fan.
Right.
And like, should we do it? And we went in and did it, and good thing we did, because we got it over with, you know.
So
We didn't know how long we were going to
Right.
be like, you know.
You didn't
quarantined
think you were
for.
going to nail it in like 3 days?
No, we did. You, I mean, that's all we were going to spend, but
Yeah.
Just say
we went
fuck
in
you,
there, we-
JC. That's what you say right now.
No, dude. Well, because I remember, like, when you guys were recording the Radium album, like, when it was, like, maybe, like, a little after high school, right? Like, I remember both you and Adam freaking out that you guys nailed one song in one take. And, that
Yeah.
kind of stuff's fucking cool when you're able to pull that off.
Well, we did. I mean, most of the songs on the record, I think, with the exception of 2, we nailed in one take.
Yeah.
So there was 2 that we had to go back and keep doing, and got kind of frustrating. But for the most part, all of them were just one take,
Right.
straight through. So it went by pretty quick. We finished the whole like main part of it in one day.
And did you
Then I went
guys
in and guitars and vocals.
plan to release it that quickly? Or, like,
No,
because you
I
said
mean,
you went
okay,
right
so
before.
what happened-
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Well, what happened is that Ross was mixing, but he was real busy with his kids and stuff. So it was taking a while. So we went with Chris Common instead,
Mhm.
and he knocked it out in like a week, mixing
Okay.
and mastering. So,
Hmm.
so after that, we had it ready to go.
Right.
We had it ready to go for like 2 weeks now. It's just we were just waiting for the art and stuff to put it on Bandcamp.
Yeah. Rudy, what's your guys' recording process like, dude? Like, how do you guys go about? Because you guys, so the thing with the Recovery Mission, for those of you who are watching and probably aren't familiar with them, Recovery Mission is like how would you describe it, dude? Like, just like a fucking metal band just with no singer? Because you guys still have no singer, huh?
No, we don't. We intentionally did that. I think all the bands that we played in previously had a singer, and I was a singer in a lot of the bands that I played in before, so I didn't want to do it again, to be honest. It's just said, fuck it, let's just do music and let
Yeah.
it speak for itself. So, you know, it's let's just say it's a challenge to be able to play music like that, and it's taken us 15 years to get to the point that we're at, where actually people will attend our shows. So
Yeah.
it's a labor of love.
Right.
We like what we do, and that's what's most important to us. But yeah, it's different when you don't have a front man.
Right. But then this whole thing happens, and then you can't play shows anyway, right? So what the hell?
Yeah, and we were just coming back this year. We played one show in February. We showcased a bunch of the new songs that we were planning to record, and before we could do it,
Yeah.
the Ronas
Yep.
attacked. So it's a bummer, but hey, we'll get through it. I mean, it's just a matter of time before things go back to normal. So
Right.
What was
Yeah.
that band?
Go ahead, Jared.
Your bass player was a band that had like a badass fucking singer. What band was that?
Was that it?
Yeah.
Was that a joke? Yeah.
Are you talking
I
about
get it.
Boot? Are you talking about Boot?
No,
Hey,
more
well,
syllables. There were more syllables. I don't know.
It was fucking Liquid Cheese, dude. That was way back in the day.
I don't
No,
remember.
but funny enough that we've all shared the same basis for whoever's watching.
Right.
That's true.
George is a badass.
Yeah.
I was
No,
thinking
straight
about
up.
it right now. It's like we all have shared the same basis.
Yeah.
That's true.
Um,
Fucking whore.
That much of a badass.
I know, right? Bad whore.
George is a badass, man.
Yeah, just so you guys know, watching on the stream, I am watching the chat. I just don't. I don't want to get too distracted. But if you guys have any questions, of course, by all means, throw them in the chat, and we'd be more than happy to answer them. But yeah, so Jared, kind of going along with this recording thing is when you record, like, so with this whole situation, right, where you can't go out and perform or whatever, does it affect your recording outside of just the aspect of like having to pay for it, right? Like that's kind of where I'm going is like, do you do all the recording yourself or do you go to a proper studio or that kind of stuff?
It's kind of a mix and match deal. I do the majority of it at home. And then if I'm going to use drums or whatnot, obviously I'll outsource that. And I've done a couple songs with drums with this going on. A friend of mine in San Antonio plays drums on my shit. And we did like virtual sessions, basically. Just, talking it out, sending him the song and, online, listening to what he did and, going from there.
Right.
I don't mix my own shit though. I send it to other people to mix because I just don't have the pay. Like I'm just too indecisive, and with my own stuff, I just can't do it. But so yeah, I mean, thank God I'm able to. The bulk of it I do at home, which really cuts down the costs. And what has been awesome about this, like people are fucking great. I've been putting out songs. I guess I've put out 3 or 4 songs since this shit has happened, and I've got people on Bandcamp buying them for like $50 to $100, $200 or whatnot.
Fucking man.
Just like one fucking song, and it's awesome. So
Yeah.
any of those people are watching, I really appreciate that a lot. And I've done a few of the live streams. Those are really weird for me. I just I like talking shit with the people that I'm playing for, and it's just really bizarre to. I don't know. I feel like I'm opening for the Beatles when I do these fucking live streams. I get really nervous and kind of don't want to do it, but anyway. But it seems like things are opening up, and people are. I have some shows the end of July. I'm hoping, that at that point it'll be normal enough that I'll be, back to work. But
Right.
anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. You were asking me about recording.
Well, no, because actually one of my next questions was that live stream that you did, because I remember, so one of the things I was going to see if you guys wanted to do, I kind of wanted to avoid it just because it's there's already so many little things you got to pay attention to when you're trying to do a live stream, right? But I wanted to see if you guys wanted to perform a song, that's great. Otherwise, we have your guys' music going on in the background. We can talk about that in a bit and all that stuff. But that was kind of the point, is like this whole thing of having like a live stream and performing kind of does put you in a weird situation, because now it's like the internet is just weird, like you can't, like there's always like cutting out with audio, and kind of like that stream that you were doing, like it sounded good, but it was very finicky. Like the guy had you have to do something on like your setup and everything.
Yeah.
That didn't seem like something that was just like, I'm just going to go set up on a stage and just fucking play, like it does take part of your mind space away so that you don't focus 100% on what you're doing, and you don't really give like the best performance possible.
I finally kind of figured. I did one last Sunday night for the Corpus Christi songwriter community thing or whatever, and I used my Zoom mic plugged into my phone. It's taken me 2 months of this shit to figure out the better way to do it because I'm just not Captain Techie,
Right.
So, like I was saying, now that this shit is over, I'm finally maybe comfortable doing some live streams,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. I don't, that's the other thing too. I don't really like necessarily even watching them for all those reasons. It's finicky. It's like a little weird box, and and so it makes it hard for me to want to get out and do something that I don't necessarily even like. All my favorite bands are doing streams, and I'll watch them for a minute. It's just kind of like
right, yeah.
I'd rather be at the show,
Yeah, 100%. What do you think about that, Jake? Is that something you guys would ever consider doing, like a live stream show during this time, or are you just gonna wait to get out there and thrash it up?
We talked about it. I don't know if we're gonna do it yet, but we'll see.
Yeah,
things are just getting worse right now. So.
Yeah. What was that, Jared?
That being said, I'll do them if anybody out there wants me to do one.
Yeah. Well, no. So that's kind of like I was gonna bring that up with you guys, like if it's something because so the thing is, you kind of have to be reliant on like you guys individually to set up your audio and make sure it sounds good through the stream and everything, right? Like because that's the whole point is you can't go show up somewhere and start streaming it from a local location because then it's like you're not social distancing or whatever.
That wasn't even a conversation though. I mean, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna be together in the same room. It's not gonna be.
Yeah, like so. Did you guys watch like the Goldfinger videos? Like you guys know that old punk band from back in the day? They did songs from Goldfinger and they did them all separate in their area, but then they live streamed it. Those guys have the money to have the internet to be all in sync together like that, so but it's cool.
There was a real cool Roger Waters one that
oh really?
Or Mother, yeah. Right. And they did it that way, but they have the shit to do it,
Right on. Rudy,
on their internet.
So actually Subharmonic City, our buddy in Subharmonic City, said that them background visuals you got going on are pretty badass. And so we could actually talk about that because actually both of you guys, Jared and fucking Rudy, have used Subharmonic to do your videos, right?
Yeah, I've been. Yeah.
So either one of you take whichever, but yeah, those videos you guys see in the back. And while we talk, I'll go ahead and shift it over. You guys go ahead and do your thing so that we can show a little more of the videos and you guys can see like what's going on here. But yeah, these videos were recorded by Hector G from Subharmonic. What was your experience with that, man?
I love working with. I mean, I've known the dude
obviously
forever. Since high school and lost touch, and then he anyway ran into him. Somebody hooked me up with him to do a video, and it was just kind of like, oh, you're that guy, Right. But yeah, I mean, I fucking love Hector. He's awesome. He's quick. He knows what he's doing. Gets better and better too over time. But yeah, man, I highly recommend working with Hector for sure.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, I would have to agree. Hector's a badass. We did minimal work on our video. He just told us, do this, do that, and we were done like within, I would think maybe less than an hour, maybe around an hour. Awesome. Didn't take very much. He knew what he wanted, and we did it, and it came out great, I think.
Yeah, well, right now the video that's playing in the background for you guys watching, I'm going to put the volume up just a bit here. This is the video for the Recovery Missions song Dreamcatcher. And it's filmed really well, dude, and just the audio in your guys' recording, it just fits like so well. And yeah, Hector's really good at just capturing shots, like that's the thing a lot of people don't realize when they're making band videos or just videos in general, is like when you're trying to capture something, you're trying to get these like that, like just angles like that. People think it's just moving a camera around, but it's not, man.
No.
Like you're really framing the area in the room. Is this in that little downtown area, practice area, underground?
It's in our practice space.
Okay. Yeah, that place is pretty rad. Yeah.
Do you guys still have that place? Like under the basement of whatever building that is?
Yeah, don't say where, but yeah.
Right.
We still have it.
Awesome. No, that's cool.
Yeah, because I can't remember. But,
I don't think.
Yeah, that's good. That's great.
Yeah. People around here know that whole thing, man.
Yeah, people who know.
Yeah, people. If you know, what is it? People who know don't talk. People who talk don't know. Whatever. Anyway, Jake, you think
Makes
you're gonna
sense.
take up Subharmonic to make a video for you guys, dude?
Yeah, I mean, it looks good, something like that.
Yeah. What
But I actually played with Hector also in the Pine, so I know the dude also. So
Yeah.
Small community.
No. Yeah. 100%, dude. So what do you
but
guys
Is
it
he
see?
looks
still
cool. I
watching?
like that kind of
Like, say what we really think now?
What's that?
Is he still watching? Can we just like say what we really think now, or do we
Oh,
still
yeah.
have to,
Yeah. No,
make
he's still there.
Hector Dick on-
I love you,
on-
Hector, I
on
love
my
you.
video right now.
Right. All right. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I was just following up on chat.
Right there, the date.
I went ahead and slowed down
Wobbly
the.
strings.
Go ahead, Rudy.
I was just saying wobbly strings.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm talking about. It's all these like really good shots just layered on top of each other. Slow motion shots are always fucking epic. That's rad, dude. But
It was all his idea.
yeah. So yeah, well, that's what I was gonna like ask Jake about is the idea of like if you guys made a video, dude. Like, is it something you would let like the person who's doing the video kind of like just take over it, or would you have input and would you want to like like I want this video to be about this, or are you just gonna give them a song and be like, all right, dude, do something to this song, right?
Yeah,
Like this is a
something kinda
perfect
like what we
example
were
of the video in the
watching.
background. Yeah. Go
Well,
ahead.
the one with the recovery mission is something like that I would have in mind. Something just like that. Like I wouldn't want to get too crazy and cheesy.
Right,
you know,
right, right.
Try to make it.
Right. Well, yeah, because this is what I'm saying is the video that's going on right now is for Jared's song for the March Divide. It's Not Over, and it's like a lyric video, right? So basically, what Hector did was he just went around town and General Reader in the chat said El Paso really does have the cityscape for bomb ass music videos, especially in the older area around town. And I mean, you can tell, like obviously, what he's doing here is that
Right.
really like miniature. I forgot what it's called, tilt shifting. And all of this is El Paso, and then it's just, Jared's lyrics over it, and it's pretty rad. But obviously, like, this wasn't, correct me if I'm wrong, Jared, but it wasn't, like, you didn't tell him what to do, right? You were just kind of like, here's the song, and then he just came up
No,
with the
actually,
idea.
this one he had like posted the footage online, kind of like on Facebook or whatever. Hey, look what I did, and I immediately when I saw it, like messaged him like,
Right.
I want that.
Right.
Right. So yeah, and then he fucking saved it for me, which was awesome. I don't know, so
Right.
yeah. I mean, Hector does some. The other thing that I really like about Hector is he's always trying to get better. He's always out trying new things, and I work with him a lot. I work with him with other bands that I help out with stuff, and he'll like, hey man, I was thinking I want to try. There's something I've been wanting to try. Can I do it?
Right.
Yeah, dude. Go for it. Because what's cool about that is it means he's passionate about it. He's not just calling it in.
Right.
Just doing whatever to get the job done. He's always trying to try something new, and and what. So like what I said, he's always into it. It's cool because he's into it. He's not just trying to get his fucking check or whatever.
Yeah. No, dude, 100%. That's what I've always said, too, is the idea of, like, you kind of, like, everyone has to, like, care about what they do, right? Otherwise, like, you can always tell when something's just not meshing and it just all falls apart or whatever. And, you could tell, obviously, Hector loves doing the things he does. So, like, if anyone's looking to do a band video, like, you can see the work in his work, and you're just like, yeah, I can see that. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask Jake about this because so obviously like we've been in bands for like a long time and stuff, and the post that you recently put on Facebook, dude, about like that whole 10 album challenge that everyone keeps doing. It's funny that you posted that whole thing about the Deftones, because that's something I've always mentioned to Cal, like the idea that when I first went to Franklin, right? Like I was completely into Tool and just listening to Tool, and they were really cool or whatever. And then when I met Jacob, I introduced him to Tool, and then he introduced me to Deftones. But what I found was weird, and let me know if you think this, dude, because I think this is crazy, is that I feel like our writing styles changed because of that. Like I started writing more like Deftone-ish type stuff, and you started way more experimenting with like your vocals and all that kind of stuff, dude. Like that
Yeah,
was
I was
crazy.
more of a Nirvana fan, real grungy before that, and then
Right.
it changed into more like progressive
Yeah.
things from
And
then
it-
on. And that's why we're trying to kind of stay away from that. Like we want to go back into the
Yeah.
whole 8-minute songs and stuff. I mean, we have a couple long songs on there, but they're real straightforward, verse, chorus, verse.
Right.
There's not all these crazy changes like in Antigone or Radium. Radium had some of that stuff too.
Yeah, not really to that extent though. Like you really, especially in Antigone and stuff, you really started pushing that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But
So,
like,
I mean, yeah, it influenced me for sure. I mean, Tool's one of my favorite bands. I mean,
Right.
So
Rudy, what are your what keeps you up at night when you're writing music, man? What do you listen to and you're just like, I gotta write something because this is fucking badass.
Well, to be honest,
Like
I
what
don't
triggers you
write
basically?
alone.
Really?
I don't write alone. We write together as a band.
100%.
It's the only band, 100%. Most of this stuff, like occasionally I'll bring some riffs to the table, but it's nothing more than just a riff.
Mhm.
When I say a riff, it's just like 4 measures. I mean, that's the max that I'll bring to practice. But generally, everything is written as a band. We don't really stray away from the whole band writing thing. I mean, we do everything together. I mean, Jacob has been there. I mean, we're very, I don't know how to put it, but we're very close. And at this point, 15 years doing this together, we know, I don't know, it's almost like ESP. We kind of know what we're thinking, and somebody throws something out, and then somebody else will pick it up, and we just go with it. And if we don't like something, then we'll suggest something. These guys are multi-instrumentalists. I'm the only one that can only play guitar and kind of halfway at that. But I mean, they know. As soon as I throw something out, they
Right.
just pick it up. And we don't play very often, so most of the songs are written like in one practice. So that's just our method.
Right. I used to have a band like that. It's like a group of people, right? That you just walk in the room and it's like you play a note and the other person already knows what to go with, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I'm just lucky. I'm fortunate that these guys are that fucking badass that
Yeah.
I really don't have to do a whole lot. I just throw something out and just accidentally we write something. So pretty cool.
Right on. Jared, how's your songwriting go? Like, well, since you're one dude, like when you have the band, when you have your albums released, like obviously you've got a drummer, a bass player, and all that stuff, right? Like, do you hire
Right.
musicians
So-
or?
I've got some friends. So, I lived in San Antonio for fucking ever. I just moved to Fort Worth immediately before the end of the world. But I've got some friends in San Antonio that would
Right.
play. Yeah, and maybe that's what ended the world, my move.
Thanks a lot.
I got
I
some friends in San Antonio that I've been doing shows with. A really good friend of mine that he was recording me for a couple of years, and we were drinking buddies or whatever. It really kind of come from very different musical backgrounds, but just when it came time to start doing shows, is like, who else am I going to ask? And so I'll do like these 3-piece shows with him and a drummer guy that plays in some other bands with him. And it's honestly, those guys are very fucking pro. Like, I just send them the songs and we show up at practice and they just already know them. It's
Okay.
pretty fun, it's pretty fucking awesome. But like from the band standpoint, I mean, it's kind of like, like when I was in the band with Rudy's bass player, same thing. I mean, we would write together and work it all out. Like Rudy's living my life now, like what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I know, right? So, how did I miss this though? What band
Good,
were you
huh?
in? Oh, well, that's right. Yeah, the conversation, of course.
The boy is mine.
Totally missed that. I know, right? Yeah.
But so, yeah, the way that I do things now, it's like if I'm doing a show, there's always some sort of time crunch, and yeah, I mean, I got to play with people like we show up and they just got to know the fucking songs already, and
Right.
but it's cool. Like I said, I've got these friends that I played. They're friends, so there's still the whole community aspect, and whoever shows up with the 12-pack, whatever, and it's like a regular band practice, I guess. But fuck, man, where was I going with that? Just other than did that answer
Yeah,
your
the
question? I'm
songwriting
sorry.
process. Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm
fuck
all
that up.
that's
Somebody
yeah,
pregame.
I know, right?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
so
I'm sorry.
it's all good, man. Because that's what I'm always interested in is like the songwriting
Why you
process.
gotta call
Because
me out, dude?
got to call you out, man. Got to keep you sober. Because
Yeah.
like from all of you guys, I've obviously worked with Jared as well, but I'm probably the closest with Jacob in the sense of like writing songs together and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, like back in the day, right? Like with Radium, Jake, like we kind of all did our own part. Also, like Izzy did his
Yeah.
own guitar part. I mean, you guys always had most of the music written, and then I would just come in and just kind of add in a bass line or whatever. So.
Being in a band, I mean, it's like that. I mean,
Right.
I've wrote a lot of music for Antigone, but it was still, there's still collaboration. And with
Right.
us, it's more just like how Rudy was saying, we're all kind of right together now.
Yeah.
As opposed to me coming in with a riff, it's kind of just like, let's try something out and then go from there.
Right. Well, because the thing is some people obviously take it don't fully understand what you mean when like you're writing the song, because a lot of people tend to think like when a guitarist comes in and writes, like they could write out the whole structure of the song, but they're not necessarily telling the drummer like you got to play this to this, or play the half beat to this or whatever the hell, right? Usually like someone can go in with one whole like a guitar part completely, and then just because of the way the drummer played a specific part, it's like, wait a minute, I can kind of venture off into this direction, right? Like Jake in particular, like I feel like Adam, because Adam is very, so Adam Armstrong is these guys' drummer for us. I've always told him, I think he takes it the wrong way, but I've told him he plays like a machine. And I think he takes that the wrong way. I'm just trying to say that he's very precise. You know what I mean? And in this particular album, it feels like he's loosened up a bit, but you can still see some of that machine in him. You know what I mean? And I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just his timing is like
He's a
on. Man.
badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we recorded live, and that was the big thing with the other like albums we've done together, Radium and Antigone. Well, the first Radium was actual live. We did that on tape also, so that one was live too. But all the Antigone albums, it's like you track the drums, and you go and you track the guitar, and you track the bass.
Right.
So with this album, we wanted to just go in there and do it live, and I think that's why you get a lot more of a natural feel, and and it's just more energy to it. It's not all robotic. And I think that's probably where you're saying like he's a machine. He's probably like thinks you're trying to say he's robotic or something in the sense,
Yeah. And well, no, and all I mean by that is just his time signatures are fucking nuts, and they're like. When I played in a band with him in La Fuerza del Débil, it was like I was intimidated playing drums because I felt like he would maybe like know that my time signatures, because I know about time signatures, but I'm not like as on point with them as like Adam is, because he's classically trained. He knows that shit,
Yeah, I mean, this album, it's a lot looser. It's a lot, a little more basic than what he's done in the past, but he's still a good drummer. But we wanted to go with more of the grungy feel, just kind of just go in there and do it,
Yeah. And just so you guys know, he said, fuck you, JC, in the chat. Yeah. Again, I was going to put the chat in the stream proper, and you guys could have seen it coming in, but I didn't want it to be super distracting. So there are some things going on here. Barry also says, so good to see you fellas. So Barry is actually super cool, too.
Hey,
he
Barry.
He goes back in the day.
Barry, down the street for me.
Yeah. There's so Barry is our friend from here in town, and he was a promoter way back in the day. He's booked a bunch of shows. Probably helped us get on a shit ton of shows, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
For
Out
sure.
the Rock.
Yeah. What was that, Jake?
Horror Bar? The Horror Bar, right?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Dude, I could go on for like 5 hours with stories from there. We won't do that, but yeah. Horror Bar. Yeah, that was a good, like, maybe 7-8 years ago.
No,
but
it's
like I'm
probably
talking
more
like
than that.
yeah.
No,
Yeah, it was a
that was
lot
like
longer
10
than that.
No, dude, it's
12
only
years
no,
ago.
it's only
It's
that.
been over
no.
a decade, dude, for real.
Yeah, no, I know it has. It just try to yeah.
No, way over that. Yeah, like 15 years.
Right. Jared, so what I think I brought this up with you during the last episode that I thought was pretty rad was that I really, really, really like, and I think you've been doing it a lot more lately, obviously with Colorblind, but you're doing a lot of like covers, and if you could just talk about like that process again and how you go about doing that, because yeah, I mean, like people don't know that you can just like cover a song, right, and release it and make money off of it. Do you have to go through the process of getting rights from people and stuff like that?
You got to license them, but
Mhm.
it's not a big deal. There's like several different services that you can use online, and you go through them, and they get the permission for you. And basically what you do is you pay up front for how many streams and downloads you think you're going to get,
Mhm.
and then as you go, if you run out, like you sell that many of them, you just go and you get more.
Right.
I don't want to get in the weeds. The way the laws
Of
are
course,
set up, it's
of course.
actually only in the U.S. too, because every country other than the U.S. takes it out
Right.
from whatever sales that you make.
Right. Right.
But for whatever reason, the way the laws are set up here, you're responsible for doing that, so you have to pay up front.
Right.
So yeah, I go through whatever license. I mean, it's not a big deal. You can just fucking Google it and find one.
Right.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm not a covers guy. Like, I'm not cool at a campfire because I don't know how to play anybody else's fucking songs.
Yeah, I get you. 100%.
But I did a few years ago. I don't know, like 3-4 years ago. So back in the day in El Paso when I was going to UTEP, I was interning at Penny Lane Studios. You guys remember that place? Like,
Oh yeah.
way
I recorded
on the west
there.
side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I used to work there to learn how to record, and he had ADATs and all that, whatever. And so I wanted to go full time again, and so I wanted to get good at recording again. But everything was, Pro Tools, whatever, and it was just like I just hadn't done that sort of shit. So anyway, long story short, I learned some covers or whatever to record, basically to get my like recording chops back and learn, software and that kind of thing. And I did a bunch of like cheesy 80s covers. But it was fun. It was cool, and it was just stuff that was fun for me to play that I could kind of put my own take on. And I kind of wanted to have a theme. And, while a lot of my songs are sad bastard and serious, I'm really just a fucking dumbass at heart, So I wanted to do like, I did Manic Monday and Voices Carry. And
Yeah.
I did like a Culture Club song, Karma Chameleon.
Holy
and I just
crap.
put it out also I could record, and I hit up, you guys know Mike Major from back in the
Yep.
day at Rosewood and all that. So I worked with him, he helped me out, and he mixed it and was, like, I don't know how well you guys know Mike, but he's very blunt, so it's like, I love working with Mike because, you got to have, anyway, he'll call you out, like, why'd you do that, dumbass? Like, what the fuck, dude, you got So I kind of, Mike helped me out. We, friends long enough that he was cool to do that and had to mix it. And, but it was a cool experience. So I kind of kept doing it, and so I like to put out some songs where I can put my own take on it. And, it's good. It's a good way to get people that wouldn't usually listen to your shit to kind of check you out.
Yeah. 100%.
So
Well-
be checking, looking for whatever song and,
That's
whatnot.
kind of where that whole double-edged sword comes in, right? Because then it's like, then they'll only really start listening to those cover songs. And, well, I mean, you might have a really good, like, story for this then, if or like proof, I guess, or whatever, where you can see that happening. Like, do you see people come in for your covers and then kind of spread out into the rest of the stuff? Or
Oh, yeah,
do you
totally.
see primarily the covers?
No, I totally do, and it's kind of carried over to live. I kept doing Manic Monday live, and that's like a thing. I've tried
It's a thing.
to get that out of my set, and so I'll be on tour, and I'm like, so I went on like my last several tours. I tried to leave it out of the set, and I'm playing in like fucking towns that I've never even been to, and people like, this could be my last song, and people start yelling out, play fucking Manic Monday. It's like, and honestly
Yeah.
though, that's cool. Like I've never
Yeah.
been here, and I got people. It's not my song. Also, my Manic Monday cover. The Bengals have shared that shit on
No
their
way.
pages twice. Like I don't know if not
Awesome.
enough people have covered Manic Monday that they
Right.
have to keep using mine, or
Yeah,
if they
yeah.
actually.
I don't know, man. Billy Joe's starting to cover
Oh.
a lot of that shit lately, so he's probably gonna get there pretty soon.
But it's
Congrats,
it's coming from like the
Yeah.
perspective of somebody that like I don't think doing that kind of thing is cool, but it is
Yeah.
cool. It's cool. It's fun. I've had a lot of fun doing it, so I've kind of kept doing it.
Right.
So
Jake, so I have actually a question for you regarding this because, like, I know you really, really like karaoke stuff, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I like doing karaoke, so
Right. So, like,
speaking,
what
Exactly, right?
what's that?
Like I said, speaking of covers, I'm like, exactly, right? That's pretty much when you cover a song, that's pretty much what you're doing, just karaoke, live karaoke.
Yeah, well,
But,
so what I find interesting it's specifically about Colorblind that Jared recently did. Is that he did obviously? If you guys aren't familiar with Colorblind, it's a song by the Counting Crows, and it's all piano and it's just Adam. Is it? No, it's not Dershowitz, right?
Adam Dritt, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. And he's doing it's a piano the whole time. Like there's nothing else. It's just piano and voice. And Jared did the guitar part, which I thought was super fucking cool, man. It's a really really good cover. It's under the set, so you guys will hear it right now. As a matter of fact, I'll just go and start it. But yeah, it's just like it's super fucking dark too, man. But yeah, like that's what I was gonna ask is like, Jake, would you ever like have you ever been that type of person that would like just pull out an acoustic at like a at a party or something and start playing covers like? Because yeah, it is a weird thing, right? It's like I've had friends like there was this band called Altermotive, and dude, they would be in like class at UTEP and just busting out covers, and it was awesome. Like it made me like songs that I normally probably wouldn't have been into. You know what I mean? Like
I think those kind of people, they're
Yeah.
really more for that kind of stuff. They
Yeah.
like playing other people's music. They're not really songwriters.
right,
But
right. Well, yeah.
you get-
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It's kind of like the thing. Like that's what I'm saying. Like what Jared does is actually working out to where he's giving it his own take. Like I think "Creep" was your first song, wasn't it, Jared? Your first cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny about that one, I didn't even want to do that. When I started the whole March Divide thing, it was going to be a band, and it was me and this girl was going to sing, my wife's best friend,
Mhm.
and she was in this cover band, and they would do Creep. So she was like, "We should do Creep because people
I remember.
fucking love it, whatever." And so I figured out like a cool way to play it on guitar too. So I was like into it. So I
Right.
recorded it, the guitar and stuff. She was going to come and sing it, and then she ended up like kind of flaking out, or I mean, I hate to be the way we would have been fucking famous had she kept stuck with it. But, like,
Yeah.
she was really into it, and then she'd get a boyfriend and not be into it, and then she
Yeah.
would, she would serial date her. So like,
Yeah.
you never knew when she's gonna be around to do it. But anyway, long story short, so she fucking flaked, and I had this cool recording of the guitar, and I was like, all right, bitch, I'm gonna fucking sing this shit.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
so that's how that happened, and I did that Cure song. I did a 7-inch, of that just to kind of get stuff going. So yeah. Sorry, lame story, but
No, man, that's
Yeah.
pretty neat because it lets you know. So it's always one of those things where like you I don't know if you guys have been like Rudy, for example, right? Like how many bands have you been in through like your life as a musician, dude? Like, would you say?
I don't know, probably about 6, 7.
And do you
Roughly.
ever feel like have you ever taken material from like those older bands that like just never like made it, I guess? I don't know how else to say it, right? Like have you ever taken a riff?
No, I've never done it. Never. I've always decided to leave that stuff behind. As much as some of the songs I love and I would like to bring them over, I can't do that to the rest of my friends.
Why do you see it that way?
Even
though?
if we're
I'm
not
curious.
playing even if we're not playing in the same band, they're still my friends. We just can't jam together anymore. So it's just not right. So
You
I
don't-
won't do that.
You don't think though
I won't.
that they're the ones kind of like they gave up on it, but if you're still doing it,
No, not at all. No, and a lot of the stuff in my previous bands I wrote primarily, and we all kind of got it all and arranged it together.
right?
So
right.
a lot of the songs, I'm not going to say all of them, but the majority of them I wrote, but I will not take stuff from my previous bands and do new stuff.
Right.
Or move them over to my current band and try to rework them. We've got enough stuff. I mean,
yeah.
we've got like mountains of stuff that we can work on,
Yeah.
and hopefully we'll be able to put this out soon. So,
Yeah.
as far as covers go, I'm not against them. For most of my life, I've been against doing covers, but I mean, during practice, we've covered some stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, we've never played any covers live, but we've kind of jacked around with a Tomahawk cover that we really
Nice.
like. Of God Hates a Coward, and that shit. We put it on our Instagram, like just a little snippet
Yeah.
to show, and then some other like freestyle jam, because Omar's into like freestyle music from like the fucking late 90s, like it's probably early 90s, take that back.
Right.
And I can't remember her name, but we did a little cover like real quick, but we didn't show the whole video. But I'm not against it, but I don't know.
What-
we'll see.
what-
We'll see
what
if we
is-
ever do it.
What's that like hesitancy there though? Like, what do you think?
I think that the fact that I've been holding on to not doing it for so long now kind of makes me hesitant. I should just fucking do it and just tell these guys, let's fucking put out a song. Like, we've talked about it and said, let's just fucking do a Weezer cover, or like
Yeah.
something that people wouldn't expect. We'll do Weezer, or I don't know. There's so many fucking different bands that people probably wouldn't expect us to like,
Yeah.
or much less play a cover of. But I mean, we're big Weezer fans.
Yeah,
Not sure
yeah.
about Omar, but George and I are stupid Weezer fans. Like, at least first two album Weezer fans.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll see.
What do you think, Jake? Any covers coming from us?
It would have to be like how Rudy said, something kind of,
Something organic,
not,
right?
yeah, and something that, has an influence on us and that we can kind of make our own.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not against it either. It's just, that's kind of more of a break it hot thing that you do on Sunday.
Yeah, that's a deep cut, bro. That's a deep cut. Even white ass Jared wouldn't get that one.
Yeah. Me and Izzy, I mean, we go jam
Yeah.
like, Bon Jovi and shit like that. And
Well,
yeah. It's a break it hot thing, right?
Yeah. Well, because jams like that, just like, there's a reason for them, right? Like, they're so simple that's why they're just like, you could get a whole room going with something like 3 chords that like everyone understands and just starts playing. Like, I recently went down a deep hole in like YouTube where you just watch, like, I started watching Rivers doing, like, obviously Weezer did like Take On Me recently, and this is the thing, is like one of the comments, obviously, the internet's a bunch of trolls anyway, but one of the comments was the whole idea that people are starting to do covers more nowadays because there's nothing else to do in music. And like, you guys are the perfect example of that. You know what I mean? Like, Recovery Mission, like, that's not a band you can hear anywhere else. And even if it is, it's just something that's you're gonna keep like trailing off into other stuff like that. Us, it's the same thing. It's like I was telling the people on the Facebook post the other day that it sounds like, Jacob, it sounds like you really nailed your voice now. Like, your voice has always been like super unique, but now it feels like this particular kind of like mix of like metal, but like, I don't even know how to describe it, dude, but there are moments where your voice sounds like one of the Misfits singers. Like I said, I didn't know which one it was.
I gotta find out who that is.
Yeah.
You need to tell me what song it
I
is.
think it's one of the newer guys, because it's obviously not Danzig. It's the other guy. You guys probably know more about fucking Misfits than I do.
Yeah, it's a different style of music, so I have to sing a little differently.
Right. Yeah.
The
Well,
last
cause-
Super
single was
unique,
Valley-
I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because, like, again, speaking about vocals, like, the whole idea, I think I've told you this, Jared, that when I first met you, dude, one of the reasons I really liked your voice was because it reminded me a lot of Our Lady Peace.
No.
Like he's got a very unique voice.
That's right.
Yeah, right,
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you got to do a
That-
cover of Superman's Dead or Clumsy, man.
Yeah.
That would be fucking cool.
Yes. Superman's dead. Do it.
Yeah.
Unintentional, but I get it. But I
Yeah,
get it.
no, but that was the thing is I really liked that guy's voice, and it was one of the things where like when I started jamming with you guys, I was like, I'm down with this. I'm cool with that. But yeah, it's just a random tidbit there. That was pretty much a deep cut. Yeah, because I remember there was also a day like a long time ago. Euro K77 says Weezer purists. So there you go. Yeah.
That's George.
Fucking George.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's
George,
George.
yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, you guys. Yeah, George is one of those bass players that just like you can hear the crunch in the bass when he's recording stuff. You know, that's super rad.
You know what I like is like playing live and watching everybody come after the show and take a look at his fucking rig. And they're asking him, well, what are you using? And then they'll go by that. You know, he was using an Ampeg head for like forever. And I saw a couple of friends, I won't mention names, go and pick up Ampeg fucking heads for their fucking basses. And fucking, and George sold his.
Nice.
He fucking replaced it with another, like he's got like some other shit.
Isn't it a Trace Elliott?
And
That's
he
another-
had a Trace
you-
also.
Okay.
He had
Yeah.
a Trace Elliott.
Trace.
And you know what? Funny enough, I can't remember what he just got. But I'll remember after this whole fucking show's over.
I know, right?
But
or
his
maybe he'll drop
fucking
it in there.
tone
Maybe
is
he'll drop it in the
still
chat.
his tone is still fucking badass. I mean, it's just the way he fucking plays. It doesn't matter what the fuck he plays out of. I mean, he's just that fucking good.
Yeah, so Monty on Twitch says Metallica got shit for doing Garage Incorporated album. People kept asking them if they had ran out of music. Yeah, I mean, I've never been a great Metallica fan to begin with, but
Me neither.
you know, yeah, it's pretty intense. So Jake, do you guys plan on doing any shows as soon as possible? Like, are you also just kind of waiting for this thing to be over so we could
Yeah.
start getting out there?
As soon as it's good to go, we'll go. You know?
Yeah. Are you guys planning any tours or anything? Like, would you want to do that? Is that a route you'd want to go?
Oh, yeah, not a big deal. You know, maybe a couple of shows out of town here and there. Nothing like expensive or anything. But yeah, I
Like-
definitely want to play out of town.
With Van Tigany?
Maybe with Rudy, with Recovery Mission and us. I think that would be a good pairing.
Oh,
for,
yeah.
to go on
Absolutely. Yeah,
We talked about it before this whole bullshit happened. So
right,
hopefully, once this clears up, we might be able to actually make it happen.
right. Yeah, I was talking to Jared about that too, I think, if you even remember, dude. The thing about, since we're just one dude bands, we could go out together and do that also. Touring's the best,
You
dude.
can get a hotel room with one bed.
What's that?
You can get a hotel room with one bed and share the bed.
Dude, I'll sleep on the floor, man. I don't give a fuck.
I have a bed in my van. That is
Yeah, I
That's
remember you saying that.
MO.
Yeah,
Where the
What's
fuck's
going on?
Rudy go?
yeah. Oh, his lights are going off. Yeah, so
Hey, give me a beer, dude.
I know, right?
I know that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, with the whole thing about us just being in the El Paso scene for so long, dude. Like, let's see if either one of us has any kind of deep cut story you can share that's pretty neat. Like, because I remember one thing I remember was I interviewed you guys, Recovery Mission and Jacob, but it wasn't. I think it was Antigone because you guys were outside with the van, and that's when you guys called it Vantigone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And-
The Antigone.
yeah, dude, time flies because that episode was episode, I think, number 1. And that was in like 2003 or something, dude, outside the percolator.
Time flies. This is episode 8. What do you do? Like one every 3 years or what?
Yeah, no, well, so the music stuff, yeah, dude, this is stuff I haven't done in a while. It's always good to like talk to you guys and stuff like that. Had I not gone into game development, we probably would have been on like episode 2,500 or something. But that's kind of
At
the
least
thing, man.
9. At least
I
episode
know,
9.
at least 9. Well, because that's what I was going to say is the idea about touring is, like, do you guys feel, because, well, Jacob has a family and everything now, too. Like, do you guys feel like that is something that keeps you from going on the road? Because obviously, like, Jared's able to go, like, oh, I mean, you've got a girlfriend and everything, too, though, right, Jared? But it's like,
I'm
Does
married
any-
with children. Dude. That's what
Okay,
keeps
that's
me
right. Yeah,
out
yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah. Dude, Episode 7 was, remember, like 7 years ago, dude. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we're pretty serious.
2-year-old kids now.
We've been married
I know.
12 years and have 2 kids. You know,
yeah.
it's getting
Well, so that's what I'm saying.
pretty
Is like,
serious.
to the next level, you know.
is that something you guys think like holds back stuff like to go out, or is it something you kind of just don't have that? Energy's the
Drive
wrong
anymore?
word, right? But like the drive to
I would-
go out anymore.
Like with the, Jared has to. It's his job, right? Like,
Right,
so
right.
that's
Yeah.
your thing already. But I think our time, I would say, Rudy and our time has passed, right?
Yeah,
So I mean, it's just more to play, just to have fun now. Just if we're going out of town, it's really not to promote in the sense that you're going to make it or get signed anymore.
Right,
It's just more
right.
just.
Just a little mini vacation.
right.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah,
So I mean, family's not an issue because we wouldn't plan it to be like this big, long, elaborate tour. It'd be like a week here, 2 weeks, But it's not. The goal is not to get signed anymore or to make money anymore. It's just for me. I mean,
right.
it's just
I get you.
Same
fun.
here.
Yeah. Rudy, what'd you say?
I was just saying, same here. I feel the same way. I'm married, have a couple kids. My kids are a little older, so I think at this point I might have the ability to go and take a few trips. But it wouldn't be as extensive because I have my regular day job that I've got to go to. So, but I am open to, doing a couple weekend things, like here and there around the Southwest. That's probably what I'm going to work on here. Hopefully, as long as the rest of the band is on board, which we've kind of talked about, but we're considering maybe making a trip with us and see what happens.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. And Jared, you're just itching to get out, huh?
Jared has to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's his job.
Yeah, but that's kind
Really
of what I'm
need to-
saying. Is it like Jared's obviously doing it, not just like I would say the wrong word is has to. I think because he wants to. The only reason it's has to now is because you kind of can't. Like something is holding you back. Like physically is holding you back. You know what I mean? Where like if that wasn't there, we wouldn't be having that conversation right now. You'd be out on the road.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely would be. And it's, to do it full time too. I mean, that's a decision, like it's
Yeah.
important enough to me
Yep.
that, it's a decision. And I've done it before. I've always kind of, I've always been in the mix of doing it and doing okay at it. But I mean, it's definitely, I could put the same amount of work into any other job and make a lot more money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I promise you that. But it's, I mean, it's just what I want to do. I mean, it's just what I want to do. It's that important to me.
Yeah.
And then also now, like too, with my kids and all that, it's important to me to show my kids that you can do whatever you want to do if you
Apply yourself to it.
fucking, if you go fucking do it,
Yeah. Yeah.
And that, like that drives me a lot now, even though honestly, my kids are honestly too young to get that, but they won't always be, and so I just like, I never want my kids to, dad fucking gave up, so I can
Yeah.
give up.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. No,
So-
100%, man. I get that. Yeah.
But
Totally.
but I mean, it's definitely a fucking job. It's definitely a fucking job. I do a lot of things. I play a lot of shows that I don't want to play.
Yeah.
For the check. That kind of thing. But hey, I'm fucking doing it. So,
Yeah. 100%, man. Yeah,
so
because
it's cool. It works out.
that's kind of the thing is a lot of people just there's artificial things that'll stop them, but there's also those people who really just that's just not their thing. They just don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's the main thing that I've known from people that I've known over the years that are serious about this.
Mhm.
A lot of people think they want the job, but they don't really want the fucking job. You know what I mean? If that makes sense, because it is. It's there's
Yeah,
always something shitty is always going on. You know
Yeah,
what
well,
I mean?
that's kind of the thing, right? Is
Always
that's
something like
whenever you're
you know,
out on
there's
the
always-
road.
fucking pandemic. You know what I mean? There's always a this is nothing, man. This is fucking nothing. This shit
Yeah.
happens all the time.
Yeah. Because when you're out on the road, like that's the thing is you're especially like when you're in a band, then that's different because now you've got everybody with you, and you kind of start to realize you're with everybody like 24 hours a day pretty much, and their personalities that's where everything comes out, and you find out if you mesh or not, and it'll make or break a band like instantly for sure.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's pretty intense, man.
It just got dark.
Yeah, I know. It's because of colorblind in the background, man. It made me all
Yeah.
sad. Yeah, but yeah. So I guess unless you guys have any other stories to share, I mean, I know like there's always some random stuff that'll come into your head, and then it's like the show shuts off, right? And it's like, fuck, I could have said this fucking thing, and yeah, it's one thing I always notice that when I talk to friends that have like these really cool stories, and then once I get them in a capacity where it's recorded, they kind of freak out and don't want to say a story because they're afraid of what the outcome is. Where it's like normally I'll just go, like it's like this is fucking cool, this happened back in the day. That's why I was asking if you guys had any like Jared, I'm sure you have like random tour stories or whatever, like someone getting shot while they're stealing your guitar or something like that. Because
that one.
You being on the road that much, dude, you have to have seen like something. No?
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, I've seen so much shit that like I kind of don't even know what to tell you. You know, just sort of.
Yeah.
if that makes any sense.
Right.
Talking about, you know, how you say something and it doesn't come out the way that it's supposed to. That last time, episode 7,
yeah,
5 years ago, at your house, I got all drunk, and we were talking about that time you set up the show and you were playing with us and we played What Is a couple times.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I made this comment that nobody wanted buys fucking merch, and I kept hearing afterwards, like people kept bringing that up to me, like I didn't even know anybody was watching, and people, you know, what the fuck, dude? What do you mean people in What Is don't buy merch? And I'm like, they just didn't buy any fucking merch, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to be a dick or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
totally.
So if I could set those stories straight, I'd be a dick. I was just saying we didn't sell many fucking records that day. You know, Joe was cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to apologize to
those people back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry.
You're okay.
You can make it up to them by buying Jacob's record when it comes out in my tape.
There you go.
Yeah. So.
Said it right. You know, 2 million people wanted.
I bought your record.
I'll do it either way.
Yeah. Jake, do you guys plan on making any new merch or anything like that?
Vinyl and t-shirts.
Turn this thing around.
There you go.
I mean, we're not the press CDs.
I'm trying to get that light.
Oh, it's all good, man.
Probably some shirts.
It's helping light up Jacob's face. You're good.
There we
Jake.
go.
So you're thinking of doing some shirts and stuff like that? Vinyls?
Yeah, vinyl.
Cool. Yeah, so if you guys,
Good grief.
the links are up top in that link up there. Oh, nice. Jawbox. The links are up top, so if you guys want to visit the March Divide or the Recovery Mission or us, the links are up there. Jared, I see your link is actually a very specific link that probably has all of your links in one link. No. Yeah, that's awesome. Because, like, it's one of those things, like, I think this happened with Jacob earlier today, was I was like, asking him for the website, and then he's like, we don't have a website, we just have a Facebook. That's something I've always told people. It's like, Facebook's not a website because you can't control it, man. You can't put your music up there specifically.
.co/tmd-links.
Zuckerberg owns your shit, Jake.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess, I don't have anything else, man. Like, I went through most of my notes. I was just going to talk to you guys about random stories, unless you guys have anything else you want to share.
Buy Jacob's album. It's good.
Right.
So
Yeah.
good.
Hey,
Yeah,
by
so-
the way,
Go ahead, Jake.
Nothing, I never saw any
Any what?
stuff going on with that. I didn't hear any songs or anything.
Oh, you can't hear him?
No, I can hear.
Oh, okay.
March Divide.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah, this is actually...
Yeah, if you guys want to listen to it, go to the Facebook link and check it out. There's a Bandcamp for now, and then
Yeah,
it'll
well,
go
so...
digital.
one of the things I did want to ask you guys is because, like, if you guys want to talk about any particular song, like, because the thing is, I've always, way back in the day, I was always more into, like, the theme of an album that was being released, right? And it feels like a lot of that got lost, and it just became like a, or maybe it was just the way my musical tastes diverted or whatever. But it didn't seem like many bands were focusing on like themes for albums or whatever. So like, is there like a purpose for the album that you guys made, Jake, or is it just like they're just some jams that you guys put together kind of
I've
thing?
always been, when I write albums, I always kind of make a theme to them, and this one is, it's about us. It's about people and humanity and all the stuff that's going on, and every song has a little bit of it's a little story about what's going on with life right now.
Okay.
So it does have a theme, and that's why the band's name Us, and you know, there's a self-titled song and they're named Us also. So it's just pretty much about what's going on right now in the world and how humans are shit and they're fucking up the earth, pretty much. Right. So, but
and
the actual self-titled song Us is I wrote those lyrics in the studio while this whole Corona shit was going on.
Mm-hmm.
So that song is more about what was going on at that particular time.
Okay, so your lyrics are they're real, man. They're real, bro. So actually, yeah, Jake, I actually will apologize for that, dude. I just realized that your songs have been going through, but the format is different from the Recovery Mission and March Divide records or albums.
That's
file
fine. People
formats,
can go
so they haven't been
it.
playing. Yeah, but that's kind of the thing is I wanted you guys to get an idea of. So this song that's playing right now is Dreamcatcher, and this is Rudy's band, Recovery Mission. So I'll pump it a little more. Rudy, do you have any background story to this particular song? It's called Dreamcatcher.
Well, simply, it wasn't my favorite song, but it became everybody's favorite. I honestly thought it was too simple. It was just a little thing I was messing with, and the guys liked it, and they said, keep doing that, keep doing that, keep doing that, and they played along to it, and it became a song. But the funny thing is that it became a crowd favorite. I mean, I like it now, but at the time, I just like, dude, why are we playing this? It's too simple. I mean, if you've listened to like some of our older stuff, it's a little more, it's a little heavier, weird time signatures, a lot of just fast and stop like super quick, you know, like songs are like 2 minutes long, and for this was a big change for us, and I think it's kind of helped kind of propel where we're going to go on the next album. The newer stuff is a little weirder, so I don't know. I hope that we get to work on it soon, so everybody can hear it. People have gotten a little taste of it, but only the people that were at the last show in February.
Okay. Would you say it's dramatically different from this, or it's still along the same lines?
No, it's still us, but just different. Not like us.
Hey,
you know?
yeah, what's going on, dude? What the hell's going on here?
I heard their new album, so I'm gonna steal some riffs.
I know, right?
No, it still sounds like the Recovery Mission, but it's a little different. I think it's a little more progressive. I don't know how I could put it, but I don't know. If you were there, you know more or less of what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so Alex Camacho says Rudy needs to sing on the next record. So why no singer, dude?
I heard Rudy sings like an angel. That's what George says.
I know, right?
He sings like an angel. Is that true, Rudy?
I did it for a long time, and I think I'm done with it. Yeah, I just don't want to be the front man.
What about yeah, because that's what you said earlier. What about getting someone to? Have you guys had tryouts for people to be singers or anything?
Yeah. You know, funny enough, we've had a couple people. Jake, one of them.
Jake, just so you know, I'm putting some of your songs back in. So
I didn't make the cut, obviously. So.
Right.
No, it's not what it was. No, it just I don't know. We just haven't found what we're looking for. Kind of like you two.
You want to be like you two?
We like Jake.
Yeah, seriously, that's.
And we like, and it's funny because Jake did a song with us, and he helped write some of the guitar parts. He probably doesn't remember any of it, But it was fucking badass. It might come out on a split later in the future, right, Jake? Maybe. I'm conning him into it. It doesn't matter, you'll remember. But no, but seriously, like we tried him, and then but it wasn't even really a tryout. It was just kind of like come and jam with us and see what the fuck happens. And but it wasn't like an official tryout. And then the other person that like sang along with us one time was George from Takanakoi, and that shit was pretty fucking cool too. But I mean, I don't know. Right. I don't think we're comfortable yet with having a singer. I mean, everybody keeps telling us get a singer, and
well, you don't want to force.
Maybe
it,
we're like just pushing away because everybody kind of wants that. So like,
right,
we're gonna stick to our guns, and if we do it, it's gonna be on our own terms.
Right, like the more people try to push you towards it, the more you're kind of like, nah.
It's easy. It's so easy not having a fucking singer. You don't have to. I mean, that's one less person in the studio to fucking take, fucking an extra day, like trying to nail things out. I mean, it's easy. It's just easy without a singer.
Yeah.
And if we ever decide to fucking sync license our shit, we don't have to cut the singer out of the mix. It's just. I hope maybe that's one day that we'll do that, but I might have to hit Jared up for some pointers on that. But
right.
Like it's just so much easier without having a singer. Plus, they tend to be assholes. So
if you want some pointers, you're gonna have to stop talking shit about singers for starters.
Right.
But you're a one-man band. There's a difference, It's not a band. You're not having to deal with another fucking, with another personality. It's just. I like not having a singer. It's just so much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever, fucker. That's cool. I like not having.
But you're a one-man band, dude. I still stand by what I say.
Well, yeah. Yeah,
so
sorry, Jake.
I
don't know what's up with these songs, but what's up, dude? Sorry, I talked over you.
I was asking Rudy so when I left that night, did you say that guy's a fucking asshole and shit?
Oh, yeah.
No, dude, because I would have told you then and there. I wouldn't have waited for you to leave.
Did they say something like, we'll call you?
Right.
We'll let you
know. It wasn't
that.
official like that. It wasn't like that. We just decided to say, let's just fucking jam and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then
I've had projects do that before, yeah. That's how you test people out, man, because you want to bring them in and just to see if you guys mesh, because yeah, like back in the day when I joined Devices and Shift, that's kind of what it was. Is they just wanted they played a shitty show or something in Albuquerque, and they just came back and they were like, we need another guitarist, and Adrian at the time, their drummer, just kept reaching out to me like, hey man, you want to, because I was doing Lipstick at the time and it was just me, right? So
I remember.
Yeah, so they were just like, dude, we need another guitarist. You think you want to like just come jam with us and see what you think? And yeah, like the first night I went down there, like just everything meshed. It's kind of like how you were saying with Omar and George. It's just
George.
You find a group of people that you just kind of click like that with. Like when I was playing in Level, like that was like those parts were written, like I just happened to like the songs, so that worked out perfectly that way. Same thing with Radium. So I've played with pretty much all of you guys except Rudy by extension. You're like my 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon, dude.
Yeah,
by extension.
And I like Level. As a matter of fact, I went to at least the first 6 shows of Level. You weren't in the band yet, neither was George, but
right.
I as a kid I went to like the first 6 or 7 Level shows. So that was when you had dreadlocks. Yeah.
Oh man,
So
that's
I remember
old
that.
school. Yeah, that's old school.
We
Yeah.
played together at the attic, Jared.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, we played together. I think Swim even played that night or some weird shit like that. I don't know.
Who?
Swim?
Swim?
Oh,
Well, because you guys were on the same record label, right?
Radium, Level, and
not at the same time. Not at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so that was like, that's the thing, man, is like, I'm sure every kind of town has their thing, but like, it is something like for a kid that came from Canotio and went to Franklin, and like, so the first time I ever went to a show, there was this chick, her name was Carla, and she's one of Barry's really good friends. And she came up to me, and, like, I didn't know anybody, dude. Like, this was my first week at school or whatever, and I remember getting a flyer for some show, and, like, my mom just drove me out there and dropped me off, and I saw Torque.
Torque was badass.
Yeah, Torque and Spitch, and...
Fish was badass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and,
badass
like,
too.
2 other bands that I can't remember at the time. But I remember, like... It was the first time I'd ever gone to a show because, like, in Kanathea, it was like, you know, it was just friends. Like, we would just hang out at the house. We never played shows. It was just kind of hanging out at the house and stuff. And so, like, getting my first taste of that and being, like, at a show, and then Michael Longoria's just squealy, like, fucking metal-ass riffs, and then Bo's, like, yeah, dude, Torque was crazy. For that to be, like, the first band I saw... it was super rad.
Remember that show? I was talking to Rocio about this the other night, my wife, about the one we had at my house. Like,
Oh,
made
yeah.
those little circular fires, and like 300 people came or some crazy shit, and there was like
Yeah.
skate ramps in the front yard and shit.
Yeah, dude. It was chaos, man. It was rad. Like,
Yeah,
in a
it was
good way. Yeah. We got a
Yeah.
lot of people there. That was rad. Jared, do
like
you have any
packed,
stories
man.
from back in the day like that? Like, just random little shows that...
Dude, just El Paso house shows were fucking awesome. Back
House
in
shows are
like,
the best. Yeah.
like, Hank's days, I used to throw a lot of house shows when I was in high school on the east side, and those were like, I wish I could get out of shows now what I used to, you know, that feeling that I used to get back then. That was fucking shit, man. Those were the days
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
when I was, it's like I hit my peak when I was 16.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing, man, is there's just something in you that like, I don't know what it is. It's just like performing your first show, and it's just like people are jamming, they're having a blast. There's something about that just sticks with you forever that you just want to keep going.
Yeah, definitely those high school shows were definitely
Yeah.
still stuck in my memory, you know. And
Oh, yeah,
the
man.
ones we had at your house,
Yeah.
my house. And
Yeah,
those
we
were
had
real fun
a
times.
we had a birthday show at my house. It was like for my birthday. It was in November. My mom made this big fucking, like, big old, like, kind of bucket of, like, hot chocolate, like the abuelita's hot chocolate. And then the cops showed up, and, like, my mom actually went to all the neighborhood houses because we had just moved in. This was like maybe like a year or something. So like we didn't really go out and talk to anybody. But when we had that show, my mom's like, I'm gonna go around, and she went to all the houses and told them we're gonna have a show, you know, whatever. But the cops still showed up and stuff, and yeah, that was cool, man. That was super rad.
Cops would always show up, and they would let us go. They would let us keep playing. Turn down, they would leave, and we would start playing again.
Yeah. Sib Harmonic says, I don't know if it's our age or if shit really is different and more tame. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think
I
it's
don't
both.
know. I'm having a really good time now.
He says, not as
You know
much
what?
energy, I think.
What was the
I'm not
cool
exactly
era is when
house shows anymore, you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
It'd be pretty creepy if I went.
The Sandbox was the last cool like era of, you know,
Sandbox?
I think in local music. Yeah.
Is that the one on
Yeah, that's
Doniphan
a
that was the
Sandbox.
big like warehouse kind of thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
That's
bringing in
cool.
a lot of good shows there, and I was really getting the vibe going. And you know, he still booked shows.
Right,
It's
right,
just not the same. You know, Sandbox had its own little culture and stuff.
right.
No bathrooms. You'd have to go piss or shit outside. You know, but
Yeah,
water tonic.
right.
But those, that, to me, that's my last recent memory of like.
Dude,
Cool
well,
shows,
like
yeah.
Regal Beagle, man, was just this really small, compact
Yeah.
little place, and there was some real. That was where I opened for fucking Jello Sound, Jared. At Regal Beagle, dude. Regal
We did
Beagle.
that, that's where we did the Conversation album release show too, before we
Wow.
like left.
Yeah,
Eagle Beagle was fun.
yeah.
Yeah, that place
Yeah,
fucking
I
ruled.
opened up for These Arms Are Snakes there.
Nice,
Oh,
So
wow.
that was pretty big.
That's like,
nice.
I'm a big,
come in?
big Botch fan, so
Yeah.
That was great.
Did
General
Maserati.
Reader.
thanks to Barry again.
Yeah, dude, 100%. Barry, if you're still there, man, much respect from all of us for sure. General Reader says, dude, nothing like this happened when I was in high school. And you've only got like 7 years on me. So there you go, man. That always throws me off too. I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. I don't know what it was, but it's obviously
It was some kind of spike back then. That I mean, the early '90s, you know,
yeah,
and like up until like 2002, 2003, like there was a big spike in local music and a lot of talent that came out at the same time. I mean, Rudy, there's Upshot, Torque, you know, Radium.
Well,
So,
I
I
also
mean-
think. I mean, well, yeah. You guys could correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the At the Drive-In thing helped a lot too.
Oh hell yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
but that came out of it though.
Yeah,
That was spawned by that movement, you know.
right,
So,
right. Because there's still like I still go out to places like when I'm like video games, dude. Like again, not even music at all, right? Like I'm at a video game fucking convention, and I just happen to have a random conversation with a developer, and they randomly bring up when I say I'm from El Paso or whatever. They're like, "Oh, dude, At the Drive-In," and it's like, this dude's from fucking Amsterdam, you know? And I'm like, dude, that's fucking rad. So like, yeah, they fucking did something, man. It's
Absolutely.
like trying to, I don't know, like bring that back maybe? Like, is that even possible?
Oh, yeah, but-
Bring that beat back? Yeah, that's a deep cut.
I think
Yeah,
you were
I
that
remember that.
Yep. Yeah. Like Jared, how do you
Like-
feel the area is in your area? Like, I think you kind of went into that a little bit, like in episode 7 about they're cool, but like they just don't help each other out or something.
Yeah, well, I've moved since then.
Right.
Yeah, San Antonio had the scene was kind of awkward. I think because it was so close to Austin.
Yeah.
So Austin's like a vacuum, you know. It was very hard to explain, man. Hard to explain.
Yeah,
It definitely wasn't the way, you know, kind of the community that El Paso had.
Right.
You know, not trying to like step in shit.
No,
when
no,
I go
no.
Try to those in San Antonio though either, you know. But it's different than the way it was in El Paso. I always felt, you know, it was just very community in El Paso. It always was. Everybody was down to help everybody out, whether you sounded the same, you know, like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, back in the day, you could play shows with 4 or 5 different genres, you know, and it was cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's like you have to be the genre of music that you're playing with, you know. But everybody, it was a bigger community. Like all the bands knew each other. Like it was really cool. And I don't know
everybody's
if it's
friends.
good for older people. Yeah, but I mean, we're still here hanging out, you know, the same
Yeah.
generation, you know.
Exactly. And Jake, that's exactly where I was gonna go, dude, because of that whole idea is like you would have like Radium playing with fucking 6 Under Par and like well maybe not right around that time, but that style of stuff, right? Like Mr. Pink, you know? Like
Yeah, you would have a Radium, Mr. Pink, Liquid Cheese, and Pork Show. Like,
yeah,
all these
exactly.
bands, like,
Exactly.
God damn, that light is bothering me. What the fuck?
Turn around completely.
Can't get it. Hold on, let me move my fucking desk. See if I don't fucking tip over beer bottles. But
That chair in the back, dude, it's like a dentist chair. There you go. So
yay!
while Rudy does that, Critical says, which is Kel, she says, shout out to Khalid making real EP waves. I always give her shit, dude, because
Hell
so
yeah.
like I mean that's cool,
Why not?
right? Like yeah, he's from El Paso or whatever, but it's funny because I'm always telling her that's cool. That kid's from LA. Like I just always try to dig it that way because he was here for like a week or something. Like you know he wasn't really from El
He
Paso.
grew up here when he moved here when he was like 9. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
But yeah, he's repping it. I don't care, man.
Yeah,
If he's repping
100%.
El Paso, I'm all good with it, man.
Yeah.
Fuck it. That's
Um,
cool.
he's fucking badass too, man. I love Khalid.
Yeah, it's solid,
Yeah, he's
dude.
like- The
So-
motherfucker can sing, dude.
100%, and that's the thing, dude. Is like that's why I tell Kels like whoever is doing his marketing, like his PR, is fucking brilliant because
Yeah.
he's on video game soundtracks. Like I hear, like, again, I was at E3 and there were people talking about Khalid. You know, it's like, what the fuck? It's crazy. Like the way he's been spread out. Yeah, man.
Billie Eilish, you know, and
What was that? Yeah, exactly.
he's made it, man. He's huge.
Yeah, that's cool,
But
man.
like Rudy said, it's cool. Like, doesn't matter how long you live here. If he's gonna continue to like bring attention to El Paso, that's cool. You know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, 100%. Yeah, which is probably like if Jared not being really El Paso based anymore, right? It's like Is that
Race to
ever
El
even a
Paso.
thing?
It was here.
No, but like I'm saying, like when Jared, when you play shows and stuff, like do you ever say where you're from or whatever, or is it just kind of like, hey, I'm Jared from the March to Divide kind of thing? You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. It's weird because I just moved here. I was saying San Antonio for a long time, but it still comes up like on my Facebook page. I put hometown, I put El Paso, and then
Nice.
that current location or whatever. And so a lot of the press that I'll get, it'll say El Paso, and it's always
Oh,
like,
nice. Yeah.
so.
Do you ever get any of that, like, like at the drive-in? Does anyone ever mention at the drive-in?
Not anymore, but when you were talking about that,
Yeah.
how they really put El Paso on the map, because I used to tour before and during and after, and so like back in the day when we would tour, everybody would ask like, hey, do you guys know that band Two Edge from El Paso? And, we didn't, do you guys remember them? Tony was in it, from
I do remember.
Yeah.
And so everybody would always ask, do you guys know who Two Edge is? And then it was like almost overnight, everybody would start asking when we were on the road, hey, do you know those guys from At the Drive-In? It was nuts. And, it was just fucking cool, though. It was cool to run around and have people ask you that,
Right. Yeah, totally. Alex in the chat, Alex Camacho says, the light makes you look like an angel, Rudy. Just so you know. Yeah, dude, I like At the Drive-In really did a lot for this city, and then now Khalid, but I feel like because Khalid is a different style of music, it's not, I don't know if it would be something that would bring in people towards like an Us or like a Recovery Mission, like maybe, I don't know, like you guys need to do some kind of collaboration with him or something, man. He's too big for that. That would be rad. Dude, I could hear some Khalid fucking in Us, dude. So just like, yeah. Because I'm telling you, Jake, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like your voice is at home right now with this band. And it's like I can hear other voices like that meshing with that really well. You know what I mean?
Not with Rudy, though. My fucking singers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just intense.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Jake?
I think Khalid would be a kind of a weird mix there, but
You'd be surprised, man. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of songs he's done that are just like, yeah, just weird.
Well, if he wants to get on a Recovery Mission track, I'm down.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it probably never
that guy will
happened.
make.
Hey,
Will
fuck
make
it.
the cut.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. Don't be butthurt.
Right. Yeah, Khalid, but not Jake. Yeah, that's pretty jacked, man.
That's not.
Yeah. Let me just go
that
through.
Guy, like a girlfriend, when they're looking back like that, with me and looking back at Khalid.
Yeah. Sorry, the chat locked up. I was looking back to see if I'd missed anything because there were some questions in there, but it was mostly about like Radium and stuff and.
Radium.
Well, you know what's funny that you bring up Radium is that I played with you guys at Crossroads. Remember? I was an Upshot, and I know we did a show with you guys at Crossroads over there off of Hondo Pass.
No, we did more than Crossroads.
Yeah.
We did
Oh, probably even the Attic. Yeah.
And we did I think we did a 101 or the E9 or something like that. We did that together.
Probably too.
That's where your singer was like throwing out candy canes or some shit. I don't know, like.
That was at E9. Yeah.
I think it was the E9.
We had a couple of girls in pimpy outfits throwing out candy canes.
Nice.
That was the only way to get people to go to our show.
Right.
But it worked.
Yeah, that was like I remember a show back in the day.
That was kind of
Speaking
gimmicky,
Rock.
but yeah.
Yeah, it was like a Battle of the Bands at Speaking Rock, Rudy, and I don't know if you remember this, but
oh, we played. Yeah, we played with you.
But was it Recovery Mission or was it another band?
Blurring the Lines.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah, because I remember the judges telling you something about like try to keep it calm and don't go crazy, and then you said that through the mic, and I was like, "Fuck that! You rock that shit, motherfuckers!" And you just fucking went for it, dude. It was badass. Like that was cool. I'm a bad influence, pretty much. I'm an enabler.
It was fun.
As Kel walks by, shaking her head. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty intense. Monty says Khalid is partnered with Levi's, and who knows what else. The kid is doing great. Hey, man.
Yeah.
It's what you do. It's what you do. That's why I'm saying, Jared, like your ability to continue doing this, man, is like something to respect and admire for sure. Like, I'm sure your kids are going to be proud of it when they can understand what you're doing, man.
I drive them down for pick up our food stamps.
I know, right? Well, that last album just didn't do that well. Kids are like, hey, man, if you got the kids that understand it, it's all good, man. That's how that works.
At least I got the gas money to go get these food stamps, kids.
Yeah.
There you go. Just make sure that when you go to the grocery store or to the fucking convenience store, don't put the fucking straw in the fucking cup, dude.
Yeah.
Only broke ass motherfuckers will know what I'm talking about.
A straw in the soda?
Yeah, dude. Because once it goes into the fucking cup, oh god.
You own it.
Never mind.
All right.
Yeah.
deep
Well, no,
cut too, man.
you can't get it on food stamps no more, dude.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh.
Yeah, Jake, dude, I'm really sorry that your music for whatever reason isn't playing, dude. It's like playing pretty much everything else. And I downloaded 3 different versions of it. And I think if I were just to play it, people could obviously go to your link, right? So you can search us on Facebook and listen to the music. And yeah, because like, what's your, yeah, so actually your Facebook link is pretty easy. So it's just facebook.com/EPTXUS, which is for us. But actually, dude, that's funny because that's El Paso, Texas, United States. Yeah, that's pretty solid. But you guys can check out the music there because it's pretty solid. They just released their album. It's $7, but you can pay what you want, right? Because like when I bought it today, I just gave $10. I was like, why the hell not?
Thank you.
$10 is, yeah. That's what I would pay for an EP, motherfuckers.
Yeah, you can get more if you want. I mean,
yeah, 100%. It's like Jared was saying, like
10 free streams, and then after that, you have to buy it.
Yeah.
But eventually, it's going to be in a couple of weeks. It's going to be on Spotify and YouTube and
Okay.
all that stuff. So you'll be able to listen to it for free eventually.
Right. Well, yeah, because like I've always wondered what people do for that kind of stuff because when like in order to get your music in Spotify and iTunes, you can do the CD Baby thing, right? And like Jared, do you do that at all, or do you go just straight Bandcamp now? Like, what's your normal process for pushing out songs?
I have a distro deal with this company called Burnside out of Portland, and so they do store. They also get like the records in the stores. You know, that's kind of the primary reason that I work with them. Not that anybody buys fucking records in stores anymore.
Right.
But anyway, so yeah. But as far as those kind of things go, CD Baby is the one that I used to use because it's just like a one-time thing and it's up forever. You don't have to do like an annual fee or whatever. So that'd be my pick.
Like you pay for tracks, right? Like you kind of set it up, and then you put the music up once it's done, and then they do all the iTunes and all that stuff for you, right?
With CD Baby or
Yeah.
whatever? Yeah, they put it, everywhere.
Like they did it to where you don't need to do a physical release anymore, right?
No,
Is that the thing?
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys are doing, Jake? Or you guys are just doing straight Bandcamp? Okay.
So yeah, once we press the vinyl, it's tied together. So in a couple of weeks, it'll be on digital distribution, and then about 6 weeks from now, we'll get the records.
Right.
So, but yeah, Disc Makers takes care of it through CD Baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Rudy, you guys have a special release of your guys' album also, right? Like you guys did it on cassette or whatever, like a really pimp-ass white cassette.
Yeah, we did ours. It was kind of like an experiment thing, so it was very limited. We did 25. They're all handmade, handwritten. Like we just put them out. We put them on nice cardstock, so
cool.
we decided to just put them out. We meant to do it for a show. As a matter of fact, with us at the last time we played together, and we got distracted. And we didn't put them out, so we forgot.
You got
we're too busy having a good
other
time.
D word, yeah.
So we got distracted and didn't do the merch table. So we decided we just put them out on Bandcamp. But other than that, I mean, we distribute all of our stuff through DistroKid. DistroKid works great for us.
Okay.
I mean, all of our stuff is normally just digital, so this is really the only physical release that we put out is just a cassette tape of our current stuff. So
Right on.
if people go to our Bandcamp, which is up on the top,
Yep.
you want to pick up a tape, $7, $3 shipping. So it's a very small release, so you'll have something that not everybody else has.
Right. So Alex Camacho in the chat says, I think these three dudes are some amazing songwriters, and it's rad to see them all like this. So
Cool.
there you go, fellas.
Thanks, Alex. Appreciate it.
100%. Yeah, I mean, that's always been one thing I've respected about all of you guys is just songwriting abilities. That's why I've just always been interested in how people write songs and, you know, like Jared is a one person, you guys as bands and stuff. Like, I've always been interested in the songwriting process and how you can just get into a room and, like, you kind of just know what you're doing, you know? Like, Kel always asks me, like, things, like, when I bring up the idea of, like, oh, that band, like, their time signature was off or whatever. And she's like, what do you mean? And I try to explain time to her, and she doesn't understand, like, how 4/4 is and, like, how counting goes into, like, music and stuff like that. And then it makes me go back and think about it how weird that really is. That, like, why is music written in this way? And how can people, like, it's got to be some, like, thing that just goes back fucking light years, you know what I mean? That it's just like ingrained in people's like serotonin or something, you know, like something that goes back that far.
A Fibonacci sequence,
Math.
bro.
I know, right? Yeah,
Math.
I know, right? Yeah, it's always math, dude. It's always the science. Fucking A, man. Jared, you like Rudy was saying that you looked scared in the picture when you kind of came off. you look all kind of like deer in the headlights, dude.
Right now?
Yeah. Even that response.
He fell asleep with his eyes open.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Try to look all
Right on.
hard.
Yeah. So yeah, man, like I'm hoping this whole thing ends really quick, man, and I can start going out to shows. Like now that the game is done and I can start going out to see you guys perform, because obviously you guys had been inviting me, and I went to a show at Jared because I was just like right down the street and stuff.
Yeah, like 5 fucking years ago.
Yeah. Well, actually, right after that show, man, right after episode 7, he had a show the very next day. You showered at my house, man. Yeah. What was that, Jake?
Yeah, you had to go to the show.
That's
Would
the
have
only
been
reason why
pretty
you went.
Yeah.
He was there with you. You don't want to be a dick.
Yeah. No, man. I mean, that's the thing is like I wanted to. It's one of those things, dude. That I think this is one of those things where like I can relate to how Jared does stuff, because it's like you kind of have to sacrifice some stuff to really, really do what you want, right? And like that's kind of where you start to see like relationships work out, because, you know, well, you guys could correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you guys don't think I'm an asshole for not showing up because you understand what I was trying to do, but like, and if you don't, then you know, fuck y'all. But like now, that's the thing is like the game's done, and it's like I'm just doing other things and working on little projects and stuff. And now it's like, now that I want to be out, like, you know, going to these shows and watching you guys play and playing with you guys. Yeah, like it's just like this whole thing happens, and it's like it's all a mess now. But it'll be over.
I understand that you were trying to hurt my feelings.
No, man.
All those shows you haven't shown up to.
Yeah, no, you got to stay dedicated to whatever it is you want to do. But yeah, if you want to accomplish something, you got to make some sacrifices. But that's just how things work. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything else, fellas, unless you guys want to talk about anything in particular. Anything about
It's
it?
just,
Go for it, Jake.
go out and listen to us. We're trying to get people to get into it, so maybe we can play some shows afterwards and have more than 5 people there. So besides the wife.
Yeah. How would you describe yourself? This is something, so like with Jared, right? So one thing I learned from Jared, and again, this is something I personally could never do, but you were the type of dude, man, who like would go to the malls and you would push, sounds like it has a negative connotation on it, but like you would push the music onto people, you know what I mean? Like you had your fucking CD player, you would hand them over their headphones and be like, hey, listen to this, and you would get people to buy your records. And it's something that I, in spirit, always wanted to do. I'm just really bad at marketing, so like I always felt like it was you not you, but like you in general. You're more of a nuisance doing something like that, and you were like inconveniencing people. But you have to be that way, right? Like you kind of have to have that attitude of. Oh, so yeah, I mean, if you want to explain it from your point of view, but that's what I'm trying to say, right? Is it's like you have to have that like confidence in a way in what you're trying to sell to someone, so that no one's just going to come up to you and be like, hey, what do you have in that CD player? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%.
I mean, nothing is ever going to just happen. You always got to make it happen, you know?
Right.
And you can't just put your record out. You spend all this fucking time recording it and busting your ass to put it out. And then there's so many bands that'll spend like a year making a record, and then they'll put it out and they'll do like one Facebook post and wait.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like, you put all that work into making it, and then you don't put any effort into getting anybody to listen to it, and that just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, nothing is ever gonna just happen. You gotta.
Well, I feel like Jake has something to say about this because you've been doing this, haven't you, Jake? Like putting up a song a day kind of thing? Go ahead, sorry.
Well, yeah, but what's tough is that, like Jared was saying, you can't get them to listen to it. You can't, I mean, I think if people will listen to it, they'll like it, but it's just, that's the main step. Listen to it because you have, or listen to the whole thing. I was looking at the stats the last couple of days, and it's just like the first 2 songs getting listens to on our album. So it's like people aren't getting either the album sucks or the first 2 songs suck. But, I understand it's time to get into an album, but there's some good songs in there towards the end. So I really think if people appreciate it and listen to the whole thing, at least give it one shot, and then if you don't want to listen to more after that, then don't. But, I mean, it's just, that's tough to
what do you
convince
think
someone.
Yeah, what do you think that barrier to entry is, though? Because it's very simple nowadays to just...
It's
just click a
influence.
link.
It's word of mouth. It's friendships. It's all these social things, like... If someone else likes it, you're gonna like it. If you're gonna give it a chance. It's
right.
It's the influence you have, how many people you have. Like there was this other random song that I heard yesterday. Another band in El Paso had put out a release, and I go out and listen. I'm like, this is fucking horrible, But you look at their YouTube page and there's like 1,600 hits and shit. It's like, how the fuck? It's who and it's like I'm not a good marketer either. I don't have. I have a very close-knit group of friends. It's not like, it's kind of who and what you put yourself out there and who's helping you out and who's getting it to the right avenues.
Right. Rudy, if you have anything to say about that, go for it. Otherwise, I was going to say something with ask Jared about something as well. But
well, you know what? I'll give Jared this. Jared has always been super badass at selling stuff. I don't know, man. Jared, from as far back as I can remember, would be out there after the shows, asking people like what 100%. They thought, showing them the CD, asking them, hey, or let's just say gently convincing them to buy it. And but he's got a really, really, really good. He's just a salesman. He's been doing this so fucking long. Even before he actually became a real salesman, he was a salesman out like pushing the music that he was recording. So I don't want to take that away from Jared. Jared put in a shitload of work. And I seen it personally, and I bought stuff personally because I could see him working hard. No, wait, no. Before you get the wrong idea,
I know, right?
I appreciated the work ethic, the work ethic. Sorry, and I like the music on top of that. So it wasn't a hard sell for me, but I picked up like fucking burnt CDs from him from Level. And I picked up his last album, but I mean, I since then, I've known Jared, but I didn't know him at the time. But I did buy, as a matter of fact, I bought a cassette from him when they put out their second. I think the first Level cassette I got, was I'm not sure if it was free, but it was like a single in a cardboard sleeve. I may have paid for it. I can't remember that. But I remember the second one, which was on a red cover. And I think it was you, Mark, and I can't remember the blonde dude, the bassist, John. But I bought that album too, aside from another album later on CD, which didn't have either one of those guys on there. But, you know, like I said, you know, it takes work. And to be honest, personally, I kind of slack at it. I'll push it on Facebook or any other digital media, but eventually I get annoyed and I lose interest and just don't do it. For me, it's not a career. You know, if people want to listen to it, great.
Right.
But, you know, for Jared, you know, he made the decision to do this. He didn't have to do it. He made the decision to go into this field, and I congratulate him. It was my dream, and honestly, he has it more in him than I do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing, right, Jared? Like, that's what I was saying is the idea of it's something you just have to want to do. Like, you can't, you're not doing it by chance. You're not doing it because someone else is telling you.
No, it's his choice.
Yeah, 100%. So, but that's what I'm saying is, go ahead, Jared. Sorry.
Well, I just wouldn't be happy doing anything else, you know, and so whatever I got to do to be able to do that, you know, I just.
Yeah.
But I mean, do that, you know?
Yeah, well, because that's when you get into that whole situation of people just having that, like, there's a very thin line between, like, you know, doing something like, we talked about this on episode 7 for sure. I remember this because we were talking about the idea of writing music, like, for a specific reason, like, for someone who asked it of you or whatever, as opposed to you just writing a song naturally for, like, an episode of, like, Friends or something. You know what I mean? Like...
Yeah.
You kind of, if you don't have that desire to want to write a song for like whatever the mood or whatever it is, it's just like that. If you start to do that too often, right? Like, because you're always going to be in a situation where you need to do something to continue doing what you're doing, right? Like kind of how Jared is, like he's writing these songs, and it's not like he's writing shitty songs to just get through like this particular situation that we're all in. You know what I mean? You're always going to have a situation where, again, that just goes with the sacrifices, and are you willing to own that decision for whatever route you took, pretty much, you know? I don't know if I went too much off on a tangent there, but yeah. But
yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sometimes you gotta, every job has shit that sucks, you know? And
100%.
like I said earlier,
100%.
I definitely play some shows for the check. You know, but that's all right. You know, I mean, that's all right. At least it's dope, you know. So
it's nothing you're ashamed of, though, right? Is the thing?
Yeah,
it's
no,
just like,
yeah. I mean,
you got to do it. Yeah.
There's this picture that Rudy dug up that I'm a little ashamed of. But, you know.
Here, I'll put that in there because this is pretty cool. Let's see, is it 3?
I mean, times were tough and had to do what I.
Where is it?
No, that's
pretty sad.
Was it that one? You're looking all cute.
No.
No.
It's
real cute.
It's not
man.
there.
Real cute. It's coming up. Oh, that's what I was talking about with Jacob and them. How long ago is that, Jake? Oh, that's
like
a tape. Let me
14
go back
years
to
ago?
this. 14 years ago?
We were on tour. We were in Phoenix at that time,
Yeah.
and we were on tour. And then Marlo, you don't remember Marlo?
Yeah, 100%.
We were staying at her house, and she took us to this lake over there. And I just thought it was funny because that's like the only picture of the band that we have because we haven't taken a picture together yet. So.
Right.
But we look all young right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shit. Let me see.
I just sent you that pic, JC.
Okay. Give me a sec. Yeah, fucking.
Sorry, Jared. It was too easy.
I know, right? Here, let me get it. You guys need to see this because it's dumb as hell. Popping it in. Where is it? There we go. Okay. Y'all gonna be ready for this? This. How old were you in this picture, Jared?
I don't know, man. I want to say I was
shit.
pretty young, but I still look like that. So, you know.
Yeah.
Could've
Okay,
been
here we
recent.
go. It's Got to refresh them. There we go. That was you in your prime, dude. That was. I think that was actually level days, man.
I think it was making more money here than what he's doing now. You know.
I know, right? No, my Twitch account's gonna get banned now, dude.
Just fucking trying to make ends meet. Had to do what I had to do.
Hey, man, we were just talking about that. Yeah, totally. Yeah. That's crazy, man. No, yeah, but sincerely, dude, like I can't wait to start going back out, watch you guys fucking in your element, man. Like it's been a while since I've seen some bands play. Like I went to go see like my my nephew's band and stuff like that, and it just reminded me, like especially at his age, right? Like he's at Franklin right now, and just to see like them having the time we had. But it's kind of like Hector said earlier. Like I feel like it's what's that?
That it's different.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Yeah, just times change, man. That's what happens. Just got to stick to it, see how it goes. But it'll be rad.
Me and Rudy will be playing in a cover band in a couple of years here.
I know.
We'll be playing at Fridays and shit.
Yeah. Well, dude, Jake, didn't you have you had
They're doing
an
Tool
uncle?
covers.
I know, right? You had an uncle that was in a band that was pretty big, weren't they?
Yeah. No, and I'm playing with them. Yeah.
What
I've
were
been
they
playing
called
with them.
again?
They're Riser.
Riser.
I play
That's
bass.
right.
So
That's
we've had a
awesome.
couple of shows here,
Mhm.
and it's fun too. It's fun to rock. Bass to me is my favorite instrument to play.
Really?
It's so
Why is that?
fun. It's just because you stand out, and it's just fun. Like you have an influence on the music. Like
Yeah.
you're kind of like. I mean, to people it doesn't really seem like it, but when you're rocking it, it's real
Yeah.
fun to play. But
Something about
I've been
just
playing with them. Also,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just the bass. It's fun. It's just fun.
It's also nice when you get to change from an instrument that you're kind of used to playing, right?
Yeah.
So like for the
Yeah.
most part, you've always been playing guitar and singing. Then
And
you can,
singing, so
yeah,
it's just more in the background, just jamming out bass and
yeah.
having a
But you're
good
still
time.
like a really big part of the band because it's like I'm
it's
always
so-
talking about George playing bass. It's like
It feels, yeah. You
George is a
stand out.
very specific style of bass player. General Reader says, I really need to pick it back up again. And then April Correa says, lipstick for Por Vida. That's awesome. That's old
Lipstick.
school. That's another deep
Yeah.
cut. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, man. That's this show's about you guys though. Yeah. No, we could like
Good
we could
times.
talk about all that stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Like I really can't wait for like shows to start up again. I mean, I don't even know in town like where places are anymore. Is it mostly like
Oh my god.
yeah, right? I mean, because
And
back in
there's
the
hardly
day,
any,
what's that, Jake?
and this shit's gonna wipe a lot of them out. And there's hardly any like cool little venues anymore, like underground venues.
Yeah.
And this coronavirus might a lot of shit for that.
You think
for
it
them
will?
Too,
I'm still a little
I
more
hope not.
optimistic,
I
man.
hope
Yeah.
not.
How much money like do you think a place like Neon Rose makes?
Even
with
like on a good
bands
night.
playing it every night?
Yeah.
Even on a good night, let alone going
Yeah.
months without, So it sucks,
Right. Well,
And
Jared,
they
go
like
ahead.
them, like places like them, they do it for the musicians, and they help out the musicians, even if it's
Yep.
whatever they can, even if you just get paid $40 that night. It's like they're
Yeah.
still trying to help out, and it just sucks.
You've
Like
gotten
places
paid?
like that are gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, right, because subharmonic
That last
Hector.
show, no, I left early that last show, but
Yeah, Hector
I don't
says might be the end of free shows.
yeah,
Which you know what?
I'm
I
okay
feel
with
like,
that.
Right. I was gonna say
I'm okay
I
with
think
that.
the community would probably like back that up, right? Like they're like, yeah, man, of course you guys need to, obviously you're not gonna have like shows be $50 a night, but maybe a cover charge of like $10 or something. And it sucks. It took
It have to be about 5, I think.
Well, yeah, but that's
for
what I'm saying.
people
Is
to
it
go.
sucks? It took a situation
Max.
like this for people to be like, oh yeah, we'll pay for shows now. It's like, come on, man, you kind of should have done that from the beginning. But hey, as long as the spirit's there, maybe. Because yeah, I was gonna ask like what Jared thought, since Jared is more like consistently kind of on the road. Like if he's heard anything about venues opening up, or like, hey man, we might not be able to do this by July or whatever. Because are you touring primarily in a very specific like region, or are you going like fucking
No, I
Boston
do.
and
The whole U.S. I mean, I do a lot of regional stuff, but it's the whole U.S. It's bad. There's a lot of places that I really like to play that aren't. I'm seeing literally every day. I'm seeing a place that I love to play posting that they're not able to reopen because of this. They're not going to make it. And the other thing that's going to be tough is the inconsistencies of what places are opening up and aren't. Like regions, every state's doing it different, and city by even in Texas, it's like city by city is doing it different.
Mm-hmm.
And so nobody's going to be able to tour until everybody's open.
Well, everything's even.
So
Yeah.
even me, for example, I have these shows in July. A couple of them are shows that just never got canceled. And they're like 8 hours from my fucking house. And then I got another weekend where I'm playing in Kansas and Missouri, but I can't get any shows up there because nobody will do them. So I got to drive like fucking 8 hours to do, I'm still going to do them or whatever, but I've got people reaching out to me. They're ready to get going again, come play. And just, I guess the level that I'm at, I'm just going to jump out and I'm going to go do that. But big shows,
The
big
level?
tours.
The level.
Huh?
At the level, bringing it back around, dude. See, he is a businessman, dude. He knows how to bring it around. I'm surprised you didn't send any level links with your links that we have putting on the show, dude.
I was gonna say something, but I just decided not to.
Jacob's on the pulse, dude.
All right, Jake,
Yeah.
you got it.
I know.
Poor choice of words, I guess.
Yeah. So April Correa says the B&W recovery vid, I'm assuming the black and white version you guys did, also subharmonic Hector, so if you're on there because this kind of goes to you, said was so amazing, my fave local video in a long time. So that's props to Hector G for sure.
Thank you very much. But yeah, Hector did a great job with it. The only reason that I decided to do the color version is, or at least share it here, is because I think everybody's seen the black and white, and I think the color was really good too. I mean, he did a great job on both.
It's fantastic.
The colors were fucking badass. And if you go into our Vimeo, which I didn't provide a link, but there's a 4K version, and I played it on my TV, and holy fuck, it looked badass. So
Yeah.
that's the reason I decided to share this version of it, because not everybody's seen the color version. So, but
Right.
yes, Hector did a great job on both versions, both the black and white and this one too. And they're a little different. Like the intro is a little different too. They're not. It's not the same.
It's not
like,
one-to-one?
No, it's not exactly the same. No.
Yeah. That bass shot just says it all, man. And that one.
Yeah,
So,
that's a good,
yeah. Go ahead, Jake.
just saying that was a really good shot with the slow motion bass strings
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, you can tell he likes what he does, dude, because he like sat down and thought about, what if I slow this fucking part down? You know what I mean? It's not just like a bunch of video I captured and let's just make a video. It's like, let me see what this does, and then he adds filters to it. And I know that dude messes with color a lot, which is crazy. Yeah, so Hector also said that I think El Paso's gotten spoiled with free shows. So when there is a show for $5, people are kind of like, ugh, you know?
It's true.
Yeah. And then Nico says, did y'all record when you were in high school? I know there is a garage band and schools that teach audio and video, etc. What tools did you have for recording? Yeah,
Four-track cassette.
right?
Four-track cassette.
Yeah. I had a
Tascam.
Yeah.
Yamaha.
I had a Tascam 4-track, and then when we did some recording, like shortly after that, at Penny Lane, we did ADAT. So it was like basically an SVHS tape.
Yeah, like it's a higher
And
quality.
Probably Jared knows about that.
Yeah.
As a matter
Yeah.
of fact, Jared, if you can find an ADAT, please contact me. I need one.
Like an ADAT player? Or
Player. Or somebody that can like capture audio off an ADAT, because I've got an old demo that I would love to bring back to life.
That's
I
awesome.
might actually know a dude. I'll mess.
Or I don't know if I don't know if Manny is still alive, but I think he's got some of my stuff too that I would like to get back.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, like just fucking going all deep cut like that, dude. Rudy, if you want to pimp that website that you guys, or I know it's not the website, but the archive thing that you guys have all these El Paso bands. Like what fucking floored me about this was that CD that I mentioned a long time ago. It was like a 710 Texas CD with like you guys remember that, Jake? Debut Records, fucking Debut Records, dude. Yeah, there were like all these old school bands from way back in the day, dude. That you're you know putting all that together, and it's a cool place for people to go check out stuff that you know it just wouldn't exist. It wouldn't exist, man. And those
we decided
good jams in there.
Yeah, we decided to bring back some of the old music from maybe about 20 years ago, like between 10 and 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And my buddy Jonathan decided to help out because that guy's an archivist and he's got a shit ton of stuff. I mean, I thought I had a lot of stuff, but obviously he had more than I did. So it's on. If you guys go to archive.org, just put in EPLCMA, which is basically El Paso Las Cruces.
Hold on, dude. I'm gonna throw that into the chat. What was it? Archive.org?
Archive.org / well, you know what? I don't have the exact address because you caught me on the spot. But if you were to go, if you go into Google, just like put in archive.org and then space and just put EPLCMA and hit search and it'll come up.
Right.
It's basically El Paso Las Cruces Music Archive is the acronym. And you'll find a bunch of old shit that you probably forgot about. But there's so much stuff on there. And because of the Corona shit, I mean, we've been kind of busy doing our own thing, and eventually we'll get back to it and get some more stuff on there. Because we had some more stuff in the works, we just haven't had time to get back to it. But soon enough, we'll throw some more shit on there.
Yeah.
JC, I sent you a couple of links or some files in that folder to see if it works.
Oh, sure, man. Absolutely. Yeah, while I do that, Jake, I was going to ask you about the thing because I remember, like, back in the day when I was playing with you in Radium, and then when we split and did our own thing, there was you came over with some of the stuff that you recorded on your 4-track, and I remember just I always was floored with how you would write music, but at the same time, like it was like one of the songs that was in that Radium recording that you guys did. And it's just like
yes, that one that Izzy wrote.
Yeah, it's like very like acoustic guitar or whatever. Yeah. And so that goes back to Nico asking about recording equipment back when we were in high school. It's the idea of like you always want to have a tool available to just record whatever riff you can, right? Like
back then it was so much more difficult. I mean, now you can just pop out your phone and record whatever you know.
Yeah. It was relatively easy though, right? Just because all you had to do was pop in a tape, but it was a little more complicated because you had to set stuff up as opposed to just popping something there and like recording it. Jared, do you have any?
Try a boombox.
Boombox too, yeah.
I don't. Can you?
Boombox and a blank cassette tape. Yeah, I used to do it all the time.
That's how we made.
I never released it, but.
Yeah.
Remember Paco Manuel with Adam?
Yeah, 100%, dude. And that was just you guys fucking around, sitting.
Yeah. But that's how we would record, just a boombox and sit there like idiots, and and that's where Fart Snort that came from after that.
Oh,
yeah.
I love
that's
that.
you just fucking around though, man. Yeah.
I forgot to mention that and
play with you guys on that.
Right. Jared, do you have any stories like that with like old recording equipment or like not like, well, maybe even studio stuff? Because if you worked at Penny Lane for a while, you probably learned some shit now.
There's no.
There's the dog, man. The dogs are barking.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of done it all with all that shit. Yeah, like Rudy talking about ADATs. I mean, holy shit. fucking ADATs.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about that.
Well, if you worked at Penny Lane, you know about ADATs.
Yeah. Yeah, man, he had like 4 of them. I remember when he got like, fuck, what was the deal? He
I
had
wish I had.
like 1 or 2, and then he just kept getting them, and it was just this whole stack, and there'd be days where they wouldn't lock up or whatever, and you just spend all fucking day trying to get them to sync back up. It was just a pain in the ass. ADAT, man. That was, God, what was it? It was probably 5 fucking years that ADATs were even around, right?
All I know is that we recorded in about 97 with ADAT, so I need one. God damn it. I need one.
I've got to. If I don't hit you up tomorrow, remind me, and I've got a friend that might have one.
Okay, cool.
No, just remind me. Right when you said remind me, you just reminded me, popped up on the screen.
I'm just in sync, man.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
You're getting
Jake,
to think you're doing it on purpose, Jared. With the letter and the remind me.
you put files in the Google Drive, right, Jake?
Yeah, and your thing.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's where I was just grabbing them from, so we could listen to this real quick.
Yeah, play some of his shit if you got it.
Seriously, man, I've been meaning to, and it's just this thing jacked up.
Now that there's 4
I
listeners.
I know, right?
love that fucking album.
It's been pretty consistent all day, man. Peak of 32 people at one point.
Nice.
People want to know what you guys are doing, man.
Well, dude, I have got to take a quick break. I'll be back like in 2 minutes.
Yeah, do your
PP
thing,
time.
man. Drop this in here.
Yeah, I got a pee too.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
do that.
Yeah, go
Everybody
ahead,
go
Jared.
take a pee break.
Go ahead. You guys go ahead. I'll put the stream on a break, and then you guys, when you guys come back, we'll listen to Jake's stuff and then see what's going on. Do your thing, Jake. If you got to go, man.
I'm good, man.
You're good. All right. Then we'll chill
We can
here.
talk.
Yeah.
I was talking to you the other day when I saw you posted on Facebook about the Ghost of Lincoln's Past. Remember that?
Yeah, dude, that's the
recording
thing,
on a
man.
boombox.
Yeah, 100%. And dude, I mean, yeah, we're just fucking around, right? Like sitting down in a bedroom, just being stupid.
We were
or
laying
whatever.
down. We were spending the night together,
Yeah,
and we were in these rooms. Fucking that
Yeah,
tape
man.
was so funny, man.
do you still have that?
No, dude, I don't
Oh,
have that
man.
or like a well or any of that shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I would kill to hear that, dude. That's funny.
Or Fart Storta. I mean, Fart Storta was an El Paso classic.
Well, how did that band get together? Because was it the rap stuff that you and Adam were doing all the time?
Those characters, yeah, but those characters came from Paco Manuel, where we would do like little sketches,
Right.
like in my mom's house, and we would do little sketches. Sometimes we would make songs, but those characters kind of evolved into Fart Storta. So when Adam would start writing rap songs,
Right.
it became a rap group. But that was fun. But we're teachers now, and Adam's a psychiatrist now, so it won't
Yeah.
really fly.
No, man, it could. It's you just gotta get him in the right mood, I guess, maybe, or something. I don't know. All right, it's uploading now, so let's go ahead and give this another shot. Yeah, dude, because I don't know. Did you see the comment that dude posted when I shared your guys' link, and he was like, "Dude, it's badass you shared this because I haven't listened to like metal or whatever in so long."
Yeah, well, that's the vibe we're going for, like the more of the vintage hard rock, you know,
Mm-hmm.
kind of Motorhead, Black Sabbath-y, kind of in that. Wanted to make it simple, you know,
Yeah.
and just fun hard rock. And
Yeah.
it actually started with me and George, actually. We used to
George fucking Recovery Mission George?
he actually helped write a riff or a song on the album.
Oh wow.
That's actually when we started doing that, and then I think he got real busy with school and stuff, and
Mhm.
then just finding a drummer at the time, and that's when me and Adam finally hooked up, and then George kind of left, and that's when like we need a bassist. Who do we call? And we called Jeremy up,
Nice.
but yeah, it was that us was kind of started by me and George. he got busy with stuff. Apparently not too busy because he made this video and shit.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I see what you did.
No,
Jake.
he
You
was
sent-
busy.
You sent me videos.
Oh yeah, sorry, dude.
No. That'll work even better, dude. So I think this is actually going to work. So give me a sec, guys. That way, so it's going to be one of those videos where it's just like the album cover, right? It's kind of like a
Yeah.
Okay,
Play
yeah.
Us.
right.
The song Us.
Yeah.
The end is kind of a little slow. Us is kind of more of a more upbeat song.
Okay.
So
I
we
just-
kind of had on the record we had 7 songs, and the first song are over like 6-7 minutes, but all the ones sandwiched in between are 3 to 4. So they're shorter, like quicker, heavier songs.
Okay. You said us, right? There we go.
There we go.
Awesome.
Finally.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, folks. So this is us. Well, not me and us, but us.
This is still us.
Yay,
Yeah, so-
Jacob. Yay.
I know. I'll put it up here a little. You guys in the chat, obviously, let me know if the music's too loud or whatever. But if we can talk over it, we're good. Yeah. It's
This is
fucking.
the one that I wrote lyrics to in the studio.
Let me drop something here because I threw a picture in.
I love the artwork, man. Eric Ward did the artwork. He did an awesome job. Like in 3 or 4
Eric
days.
Ward. Who is that? Because that
Paul
sounds
Ward.
familiar.
Paul Ward from Swim and Aston and
Okay.
his brother. He actually did like that.
Yeah, listen to those vocals, man. Put it up a little.
That was improvised in the studio.
Good.
This song. Yeah. I was kind of. That's why there's minimal vocals in this thing. 'Cause I didn't really know what I was gonna do. What did I say?
And it's only single guitar, right? Like, are you doing backup guitars and stuff like that?
I overdubbed.
Overdubbed.
But I just played the same thing.
Right.
I overdubbed them. Because we're a 3-piece, so I don't want to do too much. Too much
Right.
that I can't repeat.
Right. Yeah, because even the, what do you call it? The kick drum just, like,
Oh,
It-
that's
it
Chris
slams,
Common,
bro.
man. Chris Common. Well, I mean, Ross recorded the drums in that studio, and they had this nice big drum room. But
yeah,
Chris Common, I don't know what he did. He made it sound really good on the drums.
right.
And he was mixing that thing.
Yeah, it's, as the kids would say nowadays, man, it's fire. What would they fucking say? It bangs?
It's lit.
There's some
Lit.
bangers. Nah, man, lit was still a couple years ago too. They're changing.
I'm like,
it up.
I'm 40, motherfucker.
I know, right? Fuck, man. Bunch of old ass.
I'm about to ask my
rock
son. He's like
musicians.
peeking out. I'm gonna ask him what's the word?
What's
now?
the word nowadays? Yeah, ask him. Well, I was gonna say, ask him what would you call Dad's music, son? But then he'd be like, "Fuck you," and just walks away.
Be like, I don't like it.
Yeah. No, man. Like, yeah, this is fucking solid, Jake. Solid shit, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm very proud of it. I'm
Yep.
glad that it's more straightforward, you know.
Right on.
I was kind of stuck
Yeah, I
after
really
it
like
took me. I didn't really know what kind of hit to go. So the time was kind of more in the vein of Antigone. It was more progressive.
Right.
But then jamming with Adam again, we wanted to kind of just make it like we didn't want to go down that road anymore.
Right.
And so just made more rocking songs and straightforward.
Yeah. Like, I remember you guys used to write pretty, like, not super long songs, but like long enough, right? Like some good fucking epic kind of like jams.
Yeah.
And just the way you wrote was more in like that kind of 6/8 time signature, so it was a lot more like ballady.
Yeah, I have a
if
bad
that's the
habit.
right word.
I have a bad habit with 3/4 and 6/8.
Yeah.
Can't get
yeah.
out. Like I have to force
Yeah,
myself.
3,
I wanna
4
write
for
a-
me.
Yeah.
I
Jared?
have to force
4/4.
myself to do it.
4-4, man, all the way. Just
Yeah. 100%, man.
3/4
let me
here,
put
too.
the other one, Jake. The end. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. That last one is Kind of a juxtaposition.
So this is the last track on your guys' new record, right?
Yeah. This one's more mellow.
Yeah.
Bust out the bong.
I know, right?
That's what we said in the zoo. We're like, oh shit. So I put in a little tremolo guitar to make it even more stoner.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just kind of try to keep it real minimalist on this record, and just verse, chorus, and maybe a bridge.
Right. Yeah, like it's not. Well, yeah,
It's
again,
by far the top song on the record, though, for sure.
yeah,
That's what it goes at the end. But this one's, I think, 6 minutes. The other one at the beginning is 7 minutes. So,
yeah. The first song doesn't have any vocals on it, though, right? Isn't it more instrumental?
oh yeah, they all do. No, they all do. The first one's real bluesy.
Okay. Yeah, see, it's those little moments there that remind me of that Misfits dude I was talking about.
You need to tell me who this guy is.
What's his
'cause
name
I want to
here?
hear him.
Yeah, I'm sick and tired of this. Let me find that. I'm surprised. I thought you guys were more like it. Yeah.
But you're like, just
You know what? I think it's just. Yeah.
He's got vibrato, dude.
No, dude. You know who's got vibrato? Fucking Greg Sosa, man. That guy's got vibrato for till the end of time, dude. I heard there was some times where they were trying to record Universal Recovered. Jared, I think you might have been the one who told me this. Maybe not. I don't know. Where they were trying to control his vibrato, like because Jim was producing their album or whatever, and it's just a thing he does. Like that's just a thing that he can't control.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
tell you that, but I believe that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Some Universal Recovered stuff, man. Belknap.
Well, I think Jake has like vibrato in his voice. It's not used very much anymore, and maybe that's what makes him sound a little more unique nowadays. It's just not really heard. I've always liked it, but a lot of people don't really do that very much, and I really enjoy that in Jake's voice.
Yeah. And you do a lot of delay and stuff on your voice as well.
not as much as I used
Yeah,
to.
yeah, exactly.
very-
Not as much.
No,
now.
I don't.
That's
I
for
didn't
sure.
hear it on this album that
Yeah.
much.
Exactly, and that's where I think, man. I think it's like it feels like it's like you got more comfortable with what your voice, the base of your voice is, instead of like, because I would do that a lot back in the day. Like I would add effects and stuff as a way to cover up the what's the right word? Just like the boringness. I don't know what other word to use. To cover that up.
The dryness.
The what?
Dryness.
Yeah.
Dryness.
Yeah.
But-
And so that's kind of where I guess maybe that comes from.
I think,
Um,
I mean, I don't know if you've heard Valley of Ruin, but
Yeah.
I think that's where I really found my voice. Valley of Ruin is kind of carried over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find out what song it is that's triggering in me, dude. But maybe you guys will hear it and not even be like, dude, no way, what is wrong with you? But anyway,
I don't know what you're talking about.
no, okay. I'll try and pinpoint it because I've been listening to this and that's the thing it triggers. But in a good way though, because like I said, it's just it. These songs are good, man. They're solid. And this is the thing that I was talking about is like to juxtapose all three of you guys and the writing. We've been hearing mostly like a lot of the Recovery Mission and Jared stuff, but the song I threw in, Jared, of yours, which is I Told You So. I know it's an older song, but your pop style of writing music is right on in that track, dude. Your flow was smooth, as some would say. Yeah, it's like this gets to that point of almost butt rock, but not. You know what I mean? It's like you could tell that you're like this smile on your face when you're fucking playing that fucking riff is like massive. Like I could just see you fucking
know if
rocking
I
that
can.
part, dude. Yeah, it's just man.
But yeah, we just wanted to keep it basic rock and roll.
And there's fucking Adam being a fucking machine.
Oh, you're not on the battery.
I don't know.
You know?
I wouldn't call this basic.
Oh no, that's what
wouldn't
I'm
call
saying.
it-
Not basic. It's just. So I think this
no,
is
no,
where.
no. Well, you know, before.
Oh,
Like
okay.
to me, like before, like I don't know if Jake's gonna get upset or not, but
Uh-huh.
like not this song, but like some of the other stuff. Like, and this is a good thing because I love it. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Mastodon. I hear some Mastodon in there, and
All right.
I fucking dig that shit. I don't know. I'm a big Mastodon fan, so
The second
Yeah.
song has a lot of that.
I think
Well,
it's the lead parts on the guitars. I think are just yeah.
Right.
And
Yeah,
because they have
there's
such
definitely-
strange melodies, you guys are kind of doing, I won't say exactly, but it sounds kind of within the realm. So for me, like I hear some Mastodon in there, and I like it. I
Right.
like it.
Yeah. I think it's the song structures more of what I'm talking about. Just we would have like Antigone songs that have like 15 different parts to them, you know,
Yeah.
and these have
totally.
like 3 or 4. 4, I would even say 4 on any of these. I think.
Right.
Most of them are just 3 parts, you know.
Yeah.
So verse,
Um,
chorus, verse, bridge.
Right. Jared, so you mentioned that this song "Numb" is one that you're releasing this week, right?
Yeah, Friday.
Okay. What's up with this track?
It's fucking rocking. I haven't done a lot of the rocking shit lately. This is one of the ones we were talking about, like, you know, doing sessions, recording with other people with all this shit going on.
Right.
I got with a drummer in San Antonio and, you know, had to do that online and kind of communicate with him. But he really fucking laid it down.
Mhm.
And my buddy Ernie, do you guys know Ernie Garcia? He was in Sour Mash Jack way back in the day.
Sounds
went to
really
UTEP.
sounds familiar. Yeah,
Like, one of my
I didn't
best
know him
friends.
personally, but yeah.
He's just fucking badass bass player, and they moved to LA to, you know, do the band thing, but kind of quickly broke up. But he had a lot of success. Hired gun bass player. He played with Elvis, the Mexican Elvis, for fucking like 10, 15 years or something.
Yeah.
Toured the world with that guy, and some other big bands too. Really good friend of mine. I on tour. I like toured to his wedding. My wife was like too fucking pregnant to go, and I needed to make some money anyway. So I booked a tour, went to his wedding, he came back, and all the guys from Sour Mash Jack were at his wedding, and they played. He had a bunch of bands play at his wedding, and I'd like forgotten how badass he was at bass. So ever since I went to his wedding, I've been having him play bass on all my shit, and he's just fucking awesome. So anyway, getting to the point, my buddy Jason West played drums in San Antonio, and then Ernie lives in San Diego now, and he did the bass. But it's, you know, it's fucking rock, because I keep doing all these, you know, acoustic songs, and it was just kind of cool to do a rock song. But yeah, it's out Friday, and you guys are welcome to spend hundreds of dollars on Bandcamp on it if you'd like,
Yeah.
or just $1, you know, whatever.
Yeah. So Jared,
That's fine
sorry,
too. You know, that's fine too.
I've been trying to play that song too, and I just realized that track's not working either, man. The one you sent for "Numb." Yeah. So really, all we've been listening to
Man,
is.
wait till it's up, Jason.
So
I know. Yeah.
you know what? If neither of them work, just play a Recovery Mission song. I'll be okay with that.
I know, right? Yeah. Oh fuck.
Everybody be like,
Yeah.
when are the vocals coming in?
Yeah. We'll wait for the vocal track to come in,
I'm
dude.
sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's
You know, I'm a
solid, man.
clown. I'm just fucking
Yeah.
around with you guys.
This is the thing, man. Is it's like yeah, just hanging out with you guys has been rad. Like we've been going for like 2.5 hours so far.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You guys
Yeah.
doing for Memorial Day?
Are we the only ones?
Everybody already went to sleep.
Yeah. No,
I
man.
know.
There's people chatting. Like, did I miss something? Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah. There's still people
You should put
watching.
it up
while
here
hanging
so we
out.
could see what the fuck they're asking, and we can
I know, right?
answer it right away.
Yeah. I thought
Okay,
honestly it would be
we'll
like
do-
super distracting, but yeah, I should have popped it in. Probably.
Hey, I got a quarantine question for you guys. Like,
What's up?
Oh.
where are you getting your fucking haircut? Like,
Hey, check us out. Check us out. Wait. Check us out. Hold on. Let me take my shit off.
Uh-oh. Oh, no!
shit.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
I was
There you
not
go,
expecting
man.
that.
So, my wife cut my hair. But that's not in a bad way. I
My
mean, I
wife
always
cut
cut my
my
hair that short.
Right.
That
But I always
short?
wear a cap.
So she messed
Yeah.
up, or?
No.
Yeah.
No, fuck no. You can't go shorter. I'm fucking bald, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta wear this
crazy.
fucking beanie because my shit like just naturally grew in as a Joe Dirt mullet. You know, I don't know what the fuck.
Well,
I gotta.
Don't be a baby. Just fucking buzz it off, and it'll grow back.
Right.
Yeah,
so
like
Wow.
mine won't grow back, so it doesn't matter to me. So, but yours will.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're wearing the beanie anyway. gives a
It
fuck?
fits you though, man. Remember you had those fucking dreads.
Yeah, I did. So the mullet fits. The mullet fits.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
Jake,
bring up all the hard shit, man.
Hey,
I know, right?
just dread out the back.
That's how you
dude.
do it,
Fuck
dude.
it.
Yeah.
Dread out the back and fucking wear the
Party in the
beanie
back,
on
man.
top. Fuck yeah.
I have like a badass rat tail right now. If I just cut it all. And,
Dude, I would
should,
fucking make
dude.
out with you
Bring
if you
that
did,
fucking
dude.
back,
That'd be
dude. Bring it
intense.
back.
yeah. I could
Did you have a rat tail
spread
tattoo?
out like a rat tail. That'd be fucking it.
What'd you say, Jake?
Did you have a rat tail kind of feel? I remember David Benavides did.
No way. Oh shit, man. That's some deep
I-
cut.
JC's thinking to be Chucky.
Yeah. No, man. Yeah, they're yeah. We could get into that shit.
Either that or Jake just get a badass soul patch, like at least
I
like
do.
2 inches long
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
No, but like 2 inches, bro.
Oh, build it
Like 2 inches.
like Disturbed.
Like
yeah, dude.
have nothing
Disturbed.
else. Like remove the fucking the shit that you have on your chin and just
Oh,
have like a
that's-
2-inch fucking
Shit you have on your
have like a fucking 2 or 3 inch fucking
Dude.
soul patch, dude. That'd be fucking nuts.
is all I can get, bro. Like, I grow hair.
Yeah.
I
I
have hair there.
right.
And well, neither do I, dude.
Oh yeah, you saw your head.
Especially I know, dude.
No, dude.
I have more hair on my legs than on my head. What the fuck?
I fucking shaved this morning. Look at that.
Yeah. But,
I cut my own hair though. I just fucking bzzz. Like I think you could see it if the light hits it right. Like you can see it's all jacked up. Yeah, that's fucking cool, huh?
Well, you look good, dude. Fuck it, bro.
Yeah,
Who the
whatever,
fuck is gonna
man.
See, you're like locked up, dude. Who gives a
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah, it's all jacked. But whatever, man. Like you have long enough hair, Jared. Like what? It's not like it looks that
It's
bad.
got a-
Anyway.
Like,
He's got a beautiful mane. I don't know. He's fucking hiding it under the beanie.
Yeah,
Fucking dick.
you're good, man.
I'm a little
you
jelly.
know, you saw that pic that Rudy leaked. I have no hair anywhere else either.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's,
Put it back up just so anyone who missed it. 14, 13. There we go.
that's all I got.
You know
That's
what?
all I got.
As soon as I got access to that folder, like I knew I was gonna fuck somebody up, and I said, Jared. I don't know, man. Jared was like the easy target. I'm sorry, Jared.
Yeah, it always goes to that one.
I
Here we go.
But
saw it
Jared and
coming.
I have a good rapport. We got a good rapport, man.
It's hard to find it. There it is.
And I knew Jared wasn't gonna get pissed off.
Bringing it back, y'all. Bringing it back.
Look at that. I like that tough face though. That shit looks.
Yeah. Hector
Tough
says,
guy.
have another,
Yeah,
have
tough
another
guy.
beer, Jared.
I
So,
thought-
Jared, Monty has a question for you. If any, to whom your music has been compared to. Oh, yeah. You got yourself a new fan. So who would you compare your music to? Like,
who would I compare my music
yeah,
to?
I would
or
actually
who would
pose that to everybody. Like,
other people compare to?
yeah, either way. Because that's always interesting, right? Like, people will always... let me disable this. You're going to get the people who describe the music to you, and then you're like, whoa, I never thought that, or whatever. But then you have your own view of what you think it sounds like.
Yeah, like Our Lady Peace. I never really thought that.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard it. That and Spoon.
Spoon?
Spoon.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
We
Vocally,
played with
vocally.
Spoon at or not Spoon. Never mind. Anyway, I digress. As far as like influences for me, Jealous Sound, Knapsack though, really like pre-Jealous Sound, that Blair band.
Yeah.
That is my fucking jam, man.
Really quick, have you heard Racket Club?
Yeah.
Oh, they're
fucking-
badass.
Yeah. What do you think of
Yeah.
them?
It's cool, man. It was cool because it was like a mix between Knapsack and Jealous Sound,
Right.
but you also didn't really feel the. I hate to say this because like all those dudes are kind of my fucking heroes or whatever,
Right.
but I don't feel like they're all the other shit that they put out. You could like really feel their heart was in it.
Mm-hmm.
It almost like Racket Club. I kind of felt like their heart wasn't in it. If that makes sense?
Yeah, I could totally see that. Because it's just kind of like one of those things where, how do I explain it? It does feel like it's them just kind of like almost giving up now. Like, you know, like Blair's been through so much and it's so many band member changes and stuff, and he's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
when you read interviews with that dude, it's like he's just over it. You know, he's just
Yeah.
kind of fucking over it. And that sucks because he's badass. But
Yeah.
but anyway, to answer that question, yeah, Knapsack, that's my jam. It's my favorite band.
Right.
A lot of that, you know, late 90s indie rock shit is what I'm
Yeah.
into. But as far as like the acoustic stuff that I do, you know, really dig Damien Gerardo and Elliott Smith still all these years later. Iron and Wine, you know, those kind of things too. Owen, that kind of stuff as well. But
I can hear it.
I don't know, man. I like a lot of shit. Like Rudy. My record collection looks like that. I'm a kind of a record junkie. I
Yeah.
listen to just a
Well,
bunch
That's
of
not
shit.
even all of it, but
Yeah, cause watch, this is the
Damn.
track I was talking about, Jared. That you write, like your pop in this jam is just, it's on point, man. Like, let me play it here. It's and obviously don't take this the wrong way, right? Like I don't mean it in a bad way in the sense of it's simplistic. It's just it's right on, man. It's, I don't know how else to explain it. When you kick into like the chorus and stuff. This is an older track. It's just I couldn't get Numb to work. But this is off of Billions, Jared?
Yeah. Fun fact: drums on this one were Mike Hernandez. from
Okay.
Conversation
That's, yeah.
and all that.
Listen, it's just driving. It just makes you bob your head.
Mike is a badass.
Yeah. And he does the same, like, kind of thing that he always does. Yeah.
That dude is badass.
Right. It's like
Jeez.
every drummer has their own kind of little, what is it, like a niche? Is that the right word?
Yeah. Man, speaking of influences, last time I saw Mike, we went to a Pete Orange show together in Austin. Like, it popped up on Facebook the other day as a memory. So it was like exactly a year ago. That was the last time I saw him. That fucker's like got agoraphobia. He just doesn't leave the house. He's just fucking,
Kind of like me,
I don't know
man.
what he does.
Don't leave the
Yeah.
house. Yeah.
Yeah, you're locked in your, poor JC locked in his fucking penthouse.
locked up in the,
downtown.
locked up in the
I don't know.
space
He went
station,
out
dude.
when I saw him last. We went to see.
Oh, no,
shit.
dude.
Nice.
Man, the band that opened for them, the Pauses, I played with them in Amarillo. They're fucking super sweet people. And
Oh, they're
badass.
good though. They're good.
Yeah, they're so good.
Very interesting. Thank you for reminding me because I gotta check them out again.
Yeah, dude, their records awesome. They're super nice too. I played with Jonah Madranga, did that 20-year Wood and Water thing or whatever. Wood and Water. What's that record called? That Far record? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So they were like Jonah Madranga's backup band to do the Far 20-year.
Oh, far, yes, like one line
Yeah.
drawing, or you know,
Yeah,
Far.
water and solutions. Hold on.
Yeah, Water.
Yeah,
so that
yeah,
20
yeah. Yeah.
thing,
I got it, I got it.
Like the
Hold on.
backup band for that.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You know who introduced me to Far, dude? The singer of Jake. You know this guy. Is it Upshot? No, obviously Upshot. Yeah. That's it. That's the album. Who?
Actually,
Jake,
the guys from Upshot showed this shit to me. Funny enough that you say that, but my band members from that band showed me this fucking album.
God,
I mean,
dude.
it wasn't on record at that time,
right,
but I definitely got the CD at that time.
right.
He's a
He
badass
was about
fucking
to die
singer.
in a little bit.
Yeah.
Jake, what was that song? Full Blown. That was it. Do you remember that? Full Blown. Yeah. What band was that?
That's us. That was
It was
Upshot.
Upshot? Okay, then that's who it was.
Yes,
It was your singer then, dude, who introduced me to it.
I was.
I just don't remember his name, but I could have
Joe.
sworn Jacob knew
Joe.
it. Yeah. Joe.
Joe.
That's right. Holy shit.
Can't remember his name, but I remember Upshot.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Jake. Whatever.
Yeah, Jared. So you got a new fan in Monty, and he also says he's getting some Goo Goo Dolls vibes. I would take that as
right
a
on.
compliment for sure.
Hey,
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah,
This guy
exactly.
was fucking rich.
Yeah. Well, it's just
Thanks, man.
you always get those people that don't want to be compared to certain bands, and it's like, dude, first and foremost, you're not going to be able to control what other people think your music sounds like. So
Well, you know,
just
it's
start
funny, like,
talking down
It's
to
true
them.
though. Resnick, dude.
Think about
That does.
Goo Goo Dolls. I was on tour.
With
I
that.
say recently. We've been locking our houses recently, but fuck, I guess it was January. Anyway, I don't know. I was on tour with this friend of mine from Reno, Jen Capini, and we were playing somewhere. And anyway, after the show, she was like, "Dude, fucking Goo Goo Dolls!" Like, she just went on this drunk. I think she actually bought below that night or something, and like wouldn't shut up about how I sounded like the Goo Goo Dolls. But it was. Sorry, Jen. I'm sure she's not. Anyway, I'm sure Jen did not buy cocaine. Everyone.
Oh, shit.
Anyway, the point of my story is that I heard that recently, and I like the Goo Goo Dolls, and you know, you can't like if it's a compliment, you know, if people are into something and they like, that's cool. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You know, when someone, you know, says you sound like you know, some band they don't like. You
Right.
know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Or,
Like,
talking
dude, you
shit.
sound like, dude, you fucking sound like some Nickelback, dude. You know, like
Yeah.
that's, yeah. You'd probably be like, all right, yeah, this guy's probably
yeah,
not serious or whatever.
Appreciate that very much.
Yeah. What would you say? What would you say people compare your stuff to, Jake? Like, I know it's only been this particular band has only been out, like in that sense, in a little bit, but yeah. So that's gotta feel fucking great, man. Sorry,
Hey,
what?
dude, they're fucking badass.
But I mean, in the past, it's always been Tool this and Tool that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say the same thing, but I let you say it. But I like Tool. I love Tool,
Well,
and
but
I love what you do, man. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's kind of what I was
don't know.
talking about, Jake, is the idea of, you know, you get, like how I told you when I met you and you introduced me to Deftones, and I started being a little more aggressive with the way I would write music, and you started being more, yeah, for lack of a better word, right, like progressive, like more like delay, more like kind of chunky kind of guitar parts and stuff like that. I mean, because you listen to the old Radium stuff, dude. Like, this is something I would put to all of you guys, because I personally love doing this, and I don't know if you guys are doing this, but going back to stuff that you wrote like a long fucking time ago, and just seeing the progression, if you can even call it that, right, from where you were before, and then how you write now. Do you guys see that in your stuff, in your own writing, or?
oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I put a lot more thought into it, that's for sure. Now it's kind
Nowadays?
of more. No, back then I used to put a lot more thought into it. Now it's more just like jam out
Right.
and have a good time.
Right. Jared, like, for you, man, like, that's the thing, is I feel like Level, you still write like
you're
Level,
right.
and that's not a bad thing, you know what I mean? Like, again, you've always had that little, like, poppy structure to almost everything that you wrote. Like, it's like you always had this, yeah, like, I don't know how else to describe it, but a very catchy, like, you were always good with hooks.
You're trying to say that I haven't grown as a person since I was 21 years old.
I know, right? No, like seriously, like that's the thing. No, it's that your style has changed, but you've always had the ability to write a good fucking hook, and that's never
Thanks,
been lost on you. Yeah,
Jake has to go poo poo.
I know, right? He's got to go feed the dog.
Hey man,
Do
we
your
can
thing,
go
man.
with you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jake.
You look all chill, man.
I couldn't help
Jake,
myself. I
yeah.
thought you were gonna go poop.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Man,
They can't hear you.
Hey, little guy.
What's going on, buddy? Say hello.
That was pretty.
Jake, that's
Unclimactic.
how long it's been since we've hung out, man. That like fucking
The last
I
time
don't
we
even
hung
know
out
your
was,
kids and stuff, man.
We went to Rudy's.
To where?
To Rudy's to eat. That's
Oh,
last time we hung
yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's a good place, man. It's a good place. Get some beef.
Rudy's.
Yeah, Ruli's is
My meats.
The
My
what?
meats. My meat.
yeah. Oh man, you guys are a solid bunch of dudes, man. I appreciate you making the time to do this, dude, because it's kind of like I needed
Oh,
it
thanks
too.
for
You know?
everything.
Yeah. Jared,
I
where are
don't know
your
why they're
kids?
still up.
Locked up
Yeah.
outside the room?
they're fucking in bed. It's later here. It's an hour later. My son
right.
actually is having his first like sleepover next door. So
Oh wow.
yeah, I'm sure he's gonna freak out in the middle of the night and be home any minute. But anyway.
Yeah. Shit, man. That's a. Yeah, when you guys said that whole thing about it being really 15, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. That's a scary thought, man. Time flies way
Dude.
too fast. Yeah.
Radium was like what? Like
That was like 96, man.
20 years ago? 20 years ago? 22 years
Jesus!
ago? Oh, 20, like
It was a
Yeah.
long time ago, dude.
Yeah?
Really long
22
time
years
ago.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, JC, episode 7 was like 5 fucking years ago.
Was it, dude? Really? I bet it was.
I'm pretty sure it was, yeah.
No, yeah, it had to be because it was right in the middle of the game stuff. And yeah, I started the game stuff in 2013. So that's when I straight dropped. I dropped that hot track from Howard Rourke, dude, and then fucking stopped. And then moved on to game development straight fucking. Like, that's when I stopped, dude. It was like cold turkey. It was like, all right, I need focus, and changed over to that. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have been fucking straight up. We would have been touring right now, dude. We would have stopped COVID, Jared. You and I, dude, we would have stopped COVID. Yeah. Now, man,
Yeah.
touring is definitely one thing I'd love to get back to, but it's kind of like doing game development stuff kind of helped satiate that because it was kind of the same thing. It was like you're still going out on the road, talking to people, and showing people what you're doing, you know what I mean? And for whatever reason, like, kind of how I was talking about selling records to people, like, I learned how to do that now doing this. Like, I feel like the game thing is something that I can actually, I don't know how to say it, like, push on people. I don't know why. It feels like it's, I don't even know how to explain it. But yeah, it's just something you kind of, like, it does help satiate some of that, like, wanting to go on the road and tour and stuff. But performing is like a whole other thing, man. It's like you get in the zone, writing some jams,
Yeah.
talking
Wow.
some shit.
My favorite thing to do.
What's that, Jake?
Yeah, playing live is my favorite thing to do.
Yeah, it's fantastic, man. It's just, it's kind of like that thing. Like the one thing that I always admired about at the drive-in was that whole thing where, it's something I carried on for. I carried with me for a long time was the idea of how when they were doing that showcase. I think Jared has a story about some showcases too that kind of didn't go the right way, right? But I
I've
just
heard
love when
of
you
some.
share that because it's dude, like.
You have.
You have to push through that. And so my point with that was the idea of like the at the drive-in thing when they like showcase for like Grand Royale or whatever, and like there was nobody there but the one person that was in the crowd was I think it was Mike D, one of the Beastie Boys from and Grand Royale thing, and they got signed to Grand Royale and did the album, and then they just fucking broke up, which sucks. But it's the idea of like they still played even though there were like 5 people there. They were like they gave it all they could, and that's what impressed the people who signed them. Where like Jared's story is like different, but it's still the same idea of like a showcase that just kind of goes the wrong way. But I mean, you're still alive, dude. You got both your arms, both your legs. You're still touring, doing your thing. Like, you have to be able to look at that positive side of stuff, Shit's gonna happen, man. Like, you're gonna go on tour. You're gonna have some bad shows. You just gotta push through, man. Like, the energy from the crowd is what you gotta feed off of. And there's always gonna be that one drunk dude, man, who's got the beer in front of you, fucking just chanting with you, doesn't even know the words to your songs, but he's just fucking dancing. That's got to motivate you. It's got to. Like, it does for me.
That's me when I'm playing.
Yeah. Yeah. Or even
we
like...
don't have any words.
Yeah, like if people... If people request your songs, that's always good, too. Yeah, so Reader says the same thing. Can't know the good without the bad. You can't, dude, because you got to know... If you're always having good... then yeah, you're never gonna have that like, well, what the hell's better than this, right? And if you have something bad, you gotta be
Well,
positive.
shit, I've had a lot of bad. It hasn't been until recently that everything's been like super good. So I'm so stoked.
In the music sense or in personal life stuff?
No, in the music sense,
Oh,
like
nice.
everything
Okay.
has been great. I don't
Awesome.
know. I don't know how to explain it. Like, we're not even fucking doing anything out of town, but whatever we're doing in town has been
Right.
super fun. Like these guys are, they were talking about like the backyard show days and, like back 20 years ago, but like right now I'm feeling that in our last couple
That's
of
good.
shows. I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe it's because we've been away for so long and maybe we just feel really good about playing, but
Yeah.
shit's been really fun, like super, super lately.
That's the most important part, man, because there's always, like, you're always going to meet some musicians that just are bitter, and they're like, we never got signed to this, we never got signed to that. I mean, fucking, weren't we talking about Norman the other day with Lila, and how that dude fucking, Kel saw him at the airport one time. It was like 5 in the morning, and he still had his whole fucking makeup and his hairstyle and everything. It's like 5 in the morning, dude, at a fucking airport. Like, that guy's dedicated, Like,
No
Jesus.
comment.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
shit
man.
on anybody, but
No, of course. I mean, that's the thing,
except for like Jared and Jake,
I know, right?
because they're on here. But
Yeah.
but they're my buddies, so
Yeah, Reader says, when you guys do
I'm
a
not gonna
live show
cry
again,
about it.
I'd love to know so I can go watch. So, yeah. Like I said, man, as I said earlier, I can't wait for that to happen again. So,
Yeah.
Well, maybe it should be at a show. Then it'll be funner.
yeah, more fun, funner,
More
funnest,
fun.
funnest,
Fun.
Funniest.
the funnest. Funniest is good too.
I've had a few beers. So.
Yeah, Jared started drinking before we even started the show. I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I did too, but
I mean,
just so
different times.
Jared doesn't. Yeah, just so Jared doesn't go down. As being the only guy that like
Is
started
that thing?
beforehand, but
Where you hold it
I did too.
so it zooms in.
I did too.
What it is?
I'm drinking espresso and you guys
So all
are
of us-
fucking drinking.
We're from
booze.
fucking El Paso. Come on, guys. It's like we all
Shit.
pregame. We all pregame for like anything. It's a kid's baptism. Okay, let's pregame.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
We're going to the neighbor's party. Okay, let's pregame. It's our kid's birthday party. Let's
Dude.
pregame.
Yeah.
Just
Even a
pregaming for any
three-pointer.
reason.
Yeah.
Pre-game.
Pregame.
Yeah.
George is coming over. I'm gonna pregame before he gets here, so I'm fun.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Some fucking sadness
So-
up on this bitch.
Quarantine drink. Diet Dr. Pepper and vodka. It's the thing, man. You fucking try it. Sounds shitty. It's fucking good. It's fucking good.
Well,
I saw you throw up in your mouth a little bit, Jake, but it's fucking good.
He's all like,
Yeah, well, because vodka goes with anything, man. I mean, you can. Well, Diet Coke. So the only thing you're missing is
No, Diet Dr Pepper. Doesn't work with Diet
Dr.
Coke.
Pepper.
Diet Dr Pepper. You got
Okay.
You got that, man. Fucking serious.
I could see that. Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying. Like the vodka goes with pretty much anything. Because like you're one step away from a White Russian, or no, a Colorado Bulldog, right? That's the one that has the cream, Coke, and vodka.
It's White Russian.
Is it a White Russian? Okay. What is a
No.
Colorado Bulldog?
I don't know.
White Russian has Kahlua,
Kahlua.
milk, and vodka.
Yeah. So any drink that I would make would be whiskey and espresso. I would try that.
Oh, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I've
dude.
seen your drinks, dude. They're fucking disgusting.
Dude, they're the best.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
Hector
I don't
does
know.
say
Maybe
that
I gotta
is a
try it,
Colorado
but
Bulldog.
it sounds disgusting. I don't know, but
So-
I'll try it. Fuck it.
I'm obviously fucking around with the Red Bull and espresso like that. I was curious. I had a Red Bull just sitting there, and I'm like, I wonder what this would taste like with espresso. It was pretty bad. It was terrible. Yeah. But hey, I'll tell you, man. I was nonstop that day. What'd you say, Jared?
Get a Coke dealer. Holy shit, you're mixing Red Bull and espresso.
Hey.
Holy fuck.
Hey, you guys got any espresso? Dude, I would fucking snort some espresso, dude. Damn. It's fucking. You think that would work?
I don't know.
That's
You're
episode 9.
ingesting it.
I
That's
think you
not-
already know.
That's
Find
not
out
my
in 5
shit.
years.
What's that, Jake?
I said find out in 5 years on episode 9.
Yeah. No, man. Like, obviously, this was like, and again, I really appreciate you guys doing this because this is awesome, dude. Just sitting here chatting with you guys. It's like I want to do this more regularly. Like, this was just more of like an intro thing to start getting back into it. But like, I would like to do more structured stuff where it's like, maybe not like this was obviously us just kicking it for like however long. When you do like, people actually have. I don't know if you guys have done this or like what you guys do. Kind of like on the free time, like most people they'll read or they'll play a video game or something. Like the thing is, like nowadays with like podcasts and stuff, like the way you can take in information is like so much easier. Where you could be doing something else, where normally you had to have a radio next to you or whatever, and now you could just put in these headphones and like listen to people talk for hours about something. Granted, normally it's like like psychology stuff or something, right? And it's just like. People can have more, I don't know what it is, like patience or whatever, to tolerate longer forms of communication where like episodes that are just usually like 30 minutes, 15 minutes long, you can't, the beer helps.
That's what helps. Yeah.
Yeah. Just to like, start having like an open conversation about stuff because also I know like, some people don't like being locked up and like they just need to talk, and like communicate and stuff. And like I'm the type of person that can sit in my house for like hours. I don't ever have to leave the house. But some people aren't like that. They need to be social and be out and talk and stuff. And technology lets you do stuff like this, and it's crazy. That's deep, huh? Yeah. No, it really
I
is,
like
man.
it.
Yeah. It's like, honestly, obviously, I mean, it'd be better if we were like at a show or something where like even like you guys just sitting there, like obviously buying drinks supports the place you're at and stuff like that, and that's the kind of stuff that I think this is not helping. Just being at home, like, yeah. What, dude? Did I get too deep, motherfucker?
No, you didn't catch
Is
it.
it my
man.
haircut?
I was looking at Jake.
Oh.
Sorry.
I was looking at Jared because Jared still has that like, what's going on here?
He's got that confused like look on him.
Yeah.
No, but what you were
Alright.
saying, like, it makes sense. But yeah.
Yeah. I just like, I just like talking to people about what what their purpose is to doing things. Like my question is always why, or like, like why are you doing that? Like what made you write this song, or why are you writing this album about whatever the case? Like, I like to hear about what people's purpose and stuff is, and yeah, I like to talk to people about that. So I want to do it more often. But anyway,
Well, music without lyrics is kind of hard to explain. You know, it's just feeling, and just nothing but random bullshit that just sticks. At least that's on my end.
yeah.
I don't know about the rest
But
of these guys.
you're
I think Jared puts a little more thought into it because he's got lyrics to go along with it. But and the same with Jacob. But for me, it's just kind of like I think we have a harder time putting a song title to our music. So like normally I'll be watching TV and I hear a phrase and I'll write it down, or like I'll save it in my notes
right on.
and I'll tell these guys, what do you think this song sounds like? And I'll be like, I'll go through a list and I'm like, okay, that one.
Okay.
Well, it's true,
And so our song titles, if
it kind of goes
Yeah,
with the theme
so-
of this. When you picture that.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's like three guys be like, it sounds like that. It's that, I don't know what the fuck, how you came up with that title, but it goes along with that song. It sounds like that should go there. So
Yeah.
that's the way it works. So for us, it's really random.
Jared, you're pretty direct with your songs, aren't you?
Mhm.
I mean, like I said, that Billions, like those were straight up just fucking like, this is a fucking story. This is a fucking story. You know what I mean? Like,
It depends. You know, I mean, it just it's all situational. You know.
yeah,
I've got some songs where it's like I don't know what the fuck I'm writing about. Where is I've got plenty where it's very direct. You know, like you said. So it just
Okay.
It depends, man. It depends.
yeah. So then I'm gonna pose this to you guys because so I made a post the other day, like it was like at 4 in the morning or something, and it was just a random thought that just came to my head that's just been eating at me. But it was the idea of like, is there any songs, and this goes back to the idea I was talking about earlier of going back to listen to your music and then like seeing the progression or whatever, right? So my thing was, is there any song or any set of songs or whatever that you guys would never ever want to play again, like for whatever reason, right? Like it's a dark time in your life or something, or what? Like, well, first and foremost, that like, is there any set of songs or a song specifically that you never want to play again? You wish you probably never wrote. Anybody could take that one.
Well,
No, not really. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
not exactly, but I did send you a song that I'll never play again because it was from my previous band that I never released. So if you can find it in that Google folder, you can hear it.
Do you remember what it was called?
As I'm blurring the lines, it was Sticks and Stones. Like we played that shit when we played with you. As a matter of fact, at that bullshit, that fucking casino. What's it?
Oh, I see it.
What's the name of the fucking casino?
Okay.
Speaking Rock. There you go.
Yeah.
I don't go to the casino, so I'm sorry. So you're talking about bringing back songs from like previous bands.
Well, okay, so don't get me wrong, because it's
But-
not
no.
it's not the whole song though. Like it's little bits too. Like maybe you wrote a sick riff that's never gonna be heard again because the assholes in your band just fucking broke up, and now that song's just left to the ether, and you're like, "Fuck you,
You know what's
guys!"
cool
like this
is
is a
that-
good fucking riff.
You know what's cool is that I still get along with just about every band member that played in previous bands. So
Mhm.
it's kind of one of those things. It's just like I leave it, and I wouldn't redo it and fuck them over, you know?
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I'm saying. I think that's what I'm getting at, dude, is why fuck them over? Like, why is that a bad thing if they're the ones that aren't doing it, but you're the one still willing to put it out? You know, it's not like you're going to write this, well, maybe, I don't know, this is just a random hypothetical, but it's not like you're going to write the song and all of a sudden you're going to make millions off of it, and now these guys are going to be pissed that
No.
they kind of sat on their ass and never worked on the song or had faith in the
It's
band
not
to
even
push the
that.
song.
It's
Yeah.
not even that. It's not even that. It's just we wrote it together, so why would I play it with some other dudes that had nothing to do with it?
Hmm.
Have you thought about it that way, or I don't know.
Now you're making
because-
me feel like a dick. That's kind of what I did with the riff that George made that we
Oh.
still use.
But yeah, so that's the thing though, Jake. is
George,
it's
are
kind-
you watching?
I know, right? Yeah, George, he stole your riff.
Nah, he knows. He knows. He knows about that. George told me about that. George told me to that too. But that's just me.
Yeah.
It's completely different. I'm not going to rehash it.
Oh shit. Wrong. Okay. So, Jared, if you want to answer that in the meantime, I'm throwing this song in. Otherwise, I'm going to point out.
It sounds like garbage. So
There's a question for you
like-
in the chat.
The band Garbage?
I know, right?
That's where my
not
head
that
went.
good.
Okay. Give me a sec. Before I play this song, actually, let me make sure it plays. Okay, it does. So
You're gonna laugh at my vocals, assholes. But I'll let you know.
Ah,
So hold on, let me because I wanted to get to that in a bit. Jared, there's a question in the chat that says, or not a question, maybe it's a statement. You've got your trademark style that you've been doing for a while.
you okay, Rudy?
That wasn't me.
Yeah, that was Jacob. He's
Oh,
choking on his
You
nuts.
okay?
Choking on his nuts. Yeah. So Jared, you've got your trademark style that you've been doing for a while. Is there? Wait, what is that? Are you? Is that some sunflower seeds?
Seats.
Yeah. Is there something? This is actually a really good question, dude. Is there something else you've been wanting to do, very different than what you do now, or that question is for anyone? So Jared first, just because it was directed on first.
Very different than I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking country.
No.
Jake, really? Oh shit! I can't wait for this. Go for it, Jake.
So I have a lot of insecurities about kind of straying too far from some of the stuff that I do, I guess, though. But
You broke up a little. You said insecurities and what?
yeah, so I have some insecurities about trying new things sometimes. I guess a better way to put it is it's not uncommon that I'll listen to something and be like, yeah, man, I fucking want to do that, but
Right.
how do you do it, I guess, you know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily have the confidence to dive into it all the time, if that makes sense. But
Yeah.
I mean, I try to grow with what I do, I guess. So anyway, short answer, yes. Yeah, there's lots of things that I would love to dive in and do. I think the best way to maybe pull that off would be with like collaboration, working with other people, to get me out of
Yeah.
out of what I constantly kind of circle back to, but also, my situation with having to pay my fucking bills and shit doing this,
Yeah.
I got to kind of stay steady, stick to the road. But all that being said, I don't necessarily regret at all, anything that I do either necessarily. So,
Right.
I don't know. I hope that's a good answer.
Yeah. No.
I could talk about that for like 4 hours, but I'm going to try to keep it short. So,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. I'd love to, there's a lot of shit that I would love to do, but, sometimes I feel like it's, I look at it like Mount Everest, I don't know that I can pull it off,
Well, but like, yeah, I mean, not to keep putting you on that spot or whatever, but like, name one thing in particular, right? Like, because I'm assuming there's probably a couple things, but is it like that? Like how I said, like genre change, like do a country song or turn into a fucking rapper all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
No, I guess
be the next Eminem, dude. Yeah.
I guess the best way to phrase it is my whole deal is songwriting. I'm obsessed over songwriting, and it's just shit that other people do, and it's for whatever. This is just a random thing that came to mind, but like bringing up an old school band, I was trying to think of something that maybe everybody had heard of, but probably not. Rudy's fucking heard of it, but like No Knife, they write these technical
Fucking A.
badass.
Yes.
Oh, I love them. I love the San Diego
So
sound,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Technical as fuck, but they're still a pop band. Like I would love
Yep.
to pull shit like that off. You know what I mean? Like that's just an example. Another one that I listen to a lot that I just don't think is like Iron and Wine. I can't even necessarily explain what it is that guy does, but there's a lot of things that guy will pull off where it's like, fuck, man, I wish I could do that, and I'll even kind of try to experiment with it, but I just kind of throw in the towel because it's just not there. But there's a lot of things like that I latch onto. It's like, fuck, man, I'd love to do that, but I just don't know that I can.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I don't know if it's necessarily a confidence issue, which it likely has a lot to do with it, or if, you do your own thing enough, you're going to get stuck in your own rut too, so I definitely suffer from that. Like I think a lot of people do, too. So, short answer. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of shit that I'd love to branch out and do. I just, don't haven't would love to but haven't and try to every day.
Real quick, just for anyone out there, like one of my favorite jams in No Knife is The Red Bedroom. Like go check that song out. It's legit. It's just straight poppy, has some weird kind of offbeats to it. It's rad. I love that song.
Academy Flight song.
Yeah, that's a damn good song too, man. Yeah, Academy Flight song. Just No Knife. Just go search No Knife. There's some pretty cool videos.
Start at the top.
Yeah. Jake, did you have an answer to that too?
Yes, I want to do like some R&B pop kind of shit.
Okay.
We were talking about Khalid earlier.
Yeah.
But my wife listens to a lot of like pop music.
Yeah.
Like pop music, and I'm like, shit, man, I can pull something like that off, But
what keeps
I don't know if I'd ever do it. But
what keeps you from it? You think?
Equipment, I guess. Equipment, like.
Oh, okay, like a drum machine or something, or.
Yeah, just like programs and recording equipment.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I know this sounds kind of negative, but like one-trick pony kind of machines that you can get nowadays, man, that do a lot of that stuff. For a reasonable price, like an Ableton Push outside of the software Ableton Live itself, like that. I think that's one of the things a lot of people tend to use. I have one because I started experimenting with that stuff for the video game, like style music stuff, and I ended up still writing kind of rocky, like not rocky like Balboa, but like fucking rock style stuff. Rock. My music's Rocky Balboa, dude. That's a new genre. You always picture a glove punching someone in the face like nonstop.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Rudy?
I like that.
Do you ever
want punching people in the face?
That's what you want to venture off into? Punching people in the face?
It's just
being a boxer.
Just a glove punching people in the face. I don't have to sing on it. Just love punching people in the face.
Okay, so now speaking of that, let's play your jam real quick.
This is embarrassing, but we'll play it.
Oh man, you can't. Well,
Pretty bad.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, fucking Jacob doesn't even want to hear it. Fuck you.
I know,
Jacob.
That's how bad it is, huh?
No, dude, it's pretty bad. But that's the reason I don't want to go back to any of this stuff.
Wait, what happened here?
It was meant to be.
Here we go. And again, guys, let me know in the chat if the music gets too loud.
We never released this shit. Never released it because it was so bad. At least the quality.
Dude.
The quality, and it's a product of its time.
Yeah, old lipstick stuff sounds pretty weird.
I heard that.
Jake, he said you didn't want to listen to this. That's how bad it was.
I heard it.
I haven't heard this in years.
This is Blurring the Lines?
Yeah.
Some good fucking riffs in there, man. Interesting change.
When was it?
Yeah, exactly. That was going to be my question, Jared.
Shit, like 2002 maybe.
Okay.
You know, it's not. Honestly, that's not at the final mix. I think that was a demo version, which even the final mix wasn't even much better than it. But it's missing some vocal tracks on it.
See, but I've
But
always...
it's a product of its time.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think you could say that about pretty much all of our stuff. If you go back and listen to it, you're kind of like... Yeah, not only does it take you personally back to that time when you wrote it, right? It kind of goes back to Nico's question in the chat earlier about the tools that you had back in the day to record, right? Like, this sounds very of the time in the sense of, like, it sounds like it was recorded, like, just put together.
Very
like,
crunchy,
let's just
very
do this.
digital, very like
Like you were
crunchy. I
using
think
a line or what is it, a line 6? The
line
pods?
6.
Yeah, to record the guitar
God bless America.
and the drums.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. Yeah,
It sounds like
Yeah.
they plug the guitar directly into the.
it sounds like
yeah,
I'm
100%.
fucking recording through a Metal Zone.
Dude,
Very
Metal Zone's
grainy,
pretty good.
very-
Metal Zone's pretty good.
I-
Just don't play it through a JC120 anymore. Play it through a nice tube amp and you'll get a nice solid sound from it. Jared, I always thought that's something I wanted to bring up with you, man, was the gear stuff, because I remember you used to have this Randall tube head that
Yeah.
just sounded fucking sick, man. Like, what was that? Do you still have that head?
No. Fuck, man. I honestly can't even tell you what happened to that thing. Yeah, it was cool though, right? I bought it in high school. Actually, okay, so I bought a Randall head in high school because, you know, I was into fucking Pantera like everybody else.
Yeah.
And when I was in fucking Mojo,
Mojo.
Yeah.
our fucking dumbass singer like caught all the equipment was in a car. Anyway, it caught on fire, it fucking burned. So I ended up getting that one somehow. I don't remember, but it was like a rack head, but I didn't even have a rack, so I just like fucking set it on shit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was pretty badass. It had its own, you know, it had its own sound for sure. It was tubey as fuck.
Yeah,
loud.
yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And it was cool also with like, you know, and so I went in like with level and all that. I still had it because I didn't have any money to buy anything else. So, but I kind of liked it because it was unique. It didn't sound, you know, like anybody else's shit for sure.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
It's probably a little too metal for what we were doing, but it was still, you know, it's still pretty cool.
Right. Rudy, really quick, I want to point this out just because this, I can do this so quickly, but listen to this, right? Like, listen to what you did. What was this, 2003? Right? And then...
It's like 2002, 3, somewhere around there.
Right. But then, listen to what you fucking do now. I'm going to dump this because it's just a nice fucking crunch at the beginning.
Just very much slower.
Yeah, but just the difference in just like the I guess the songwriting or whatever too, right? Like, you're obviously still doing kind of melodically little guitar lead stuff. And, yeah.
We'll see.
And then in combination with fucking George's bass and then Omar's fucking drumming. Like, Dude, you have to look at that and just be like, fuck, man. Like, that's what I'm talking about, man.
Different times, man.
It's the
Different
reason
times.
why I said that when, like, it was just eating at me when that person said, like, how could you go back to songs like, what is it that you have this, like, violent urge of just never wanting to play these songs again? Like, what the hell could make you even, like, think that or feel that?
I have no need
What
to
the
do
fuck,
it.
dude?
What's up, Jared?
Yeah,
I
like,
said,
what,
what
the
the
fuck? That's what JC's trying to say. What the fuck, man?
What the fuck, man?
I gotta be like that.
Yeah, seriously, man. But you guys doing all right?
Yay.
Holding up?
Well, I
I'm
think
about ready to
Yeah,
call it a night, though.
yeah, man. That's why I thought it'd be a good time to do it on a Sunday, because I would assume most of us probably don't work tomorrow because it's Memorial Day. Well, Jared doesn't work for the next couple months.
You
Yeah,
gotta bring up the hard shit, man.
I know, right? Nah, man, just stay positive, man. Stick it out. Yeah, it'll be cool.
Yeah.
It'll be rad.
It's
We'll be
almost
playing
over, I think.
shows together before you even know it, man. Bet you anything.
That's how long it's gonna be, Jared. That
Yeah.
JC
Oh, yeah.
playing
5
In
years.
my timeline, dude. Yeah, my timeline.
5
Dude,
years.
imagine. Seriously,
Five
imagine.
fucking years, man. We'll get back out there.
I know, right? Imagine having a. Imagine recording an album and it taking you 6 years to do it. I'll have something to share about that later, but
Imagine it taking 13 like Tool for that album and shit.
yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, I guess we'll call it a night, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around and fucking doing this. It's been rad. It's been awesome.
It was fun, man.
Yeah, seriously.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
100%, man. I'll go ahead and fade us out here. And oh shit, we're ending on a sad note.
Cry.
I know. Don't cry, Dean. Colorblind by the March Divide. Well, by the Counting Crows, but it's a cover. So yeah, check out the Recovery Mission. Links up top. Us and March Divide. Thank you all for stopping by. Reader says you all have a good one. So
Thank you for
you guys
having
take that
us.
to heart. Yeah. Stay positive. Peace out, folks. See you on
Not
the flip.
coronavirus positive.
No, not yeah, exactly. Just stay
Not
positive,
COVID
folks.
positive.
Peace out.